Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter-like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Cheesy E.
Thank you, Quernsey, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If I, Beefloaf, say I manifested something, discuss a blog I wrote, or talk about my very well-regarded and popular podcast, The Au Jus, you drink. If my Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast, blames his kids for something, or says he simply does not have enough time, you drink. And if Treasy shows up in the comments and makes MSS appear to be dumb, or geeks out about some play he saw, you drink. MSS, I think you had mentioned we are in the Treasy got arrested formation, so Treasy will not be on today. And he's in jail. You were wondering if you could see the comments you put up on the YouTube. You absolutely can. So I was looking on YouTube. You can absolutely see them there.
You can see them on the YouTube.
Screen.
Cool.
Yeah, you can see them on the YouTube if that's your intention. Anyway. All of you can make us drink for a tip of $1.08 or more, preferably a lot fucking more. Let's get those tips rolling as soon as possible.
$200 more.
That's right. And you can drink because it's easy. But most important, I have a question for you, my Sock Summer. I'm going old school. I would like to know, what are you drinking, my friend? What do you got on tap for tonight?
So I knew it was just going to be the two of us. So I was like, I can't be pissing all night, right? So I need to go to the booze, because if I go, if I'm pissing constantly, then you're by yourself, and that don't work out good. So for Christmas, my aunt got me and my uncle got me this bottle of Copper and Cask. Ooh. And it's the private batch for liquor and wine, which I think is down in Bloomington. But they're from Indiana.
Okay,
it's a very sweet. It's eight years. It's a very sweet bourbon. And it is 122 proof.
Oh, my God.
It's one of those bangers. So I was like, well, I'm just going to have a few. So I'll just have this, because I don't want to, I don't want to leave you in the lurch and let you piss, be pissing all night on you. So, but yeah, that's where it is. That's what I'm doing.
I appreciate you doing that, MSS, because I told Mrs. Beef the exact same thing. I said, just going to be MSS and I could drink beer, but if I drink beer, I'm going to have to pee. And it's going to set up a lot of awkward spots where I'm jumping out of here, you're trying to ask a question or whatever. And so I chose a different route as well. I actually chose vodka lemonade. So I have some lemonades left over from when I made Tom Collins's.
Those are back in the day. Fancy lemonade. It's a canned lemonade.
It's a canned lemonade. I got the Tito's lined up. I figured we'll sip a little bit of vodka lemonade, just an old school favorite. Now, I'm a little worried, though. You mentioned 122 proof. Yeah. That's hot, my brother. Are you going to be tore up in the back of the show? This could be a lot of fun, actually.
It's a little warm. I don't think so. I'm going to try to be good. Now, this is the same liquor. This is the same.
Herb Lawrence doesn't believe in you, by the
way. This is the same stuff my dad was drinking on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day Eve. So he was drinking this, and he kept pouring in big ones. And I said, hey, that's 120 proof, right? And he goes, what are you fucking talking about? Like fucking goddamn Harry Carey just showed up at our family fucking Christmas. So.
The whiskey got him. He told you about the whiskey getting you. The whiskey got him that time. God damn it,
listen,
man. I love it.
Quernsey, we have a lot to talk about tonight because we have some extra time. We're definitely talking about your behavior last Saturday at the Bums Party during the Bears game.
Wow.
My God, it was off the chain, and I can't wait to get to it in the second half of this show.
Let's get to that real quick before we hop into the banter. Just a heads up, no Jeff Passan tonight. So if the only reason you tuned in is for Jeff Passan, he's not going to be on tonight. He reached out during the afternoon.
Yeah.
He had some stuff come up, I'll say like that. If you're following Steve Cohen's Twitter, you might be able to put two and two together and figure out why Jeff can't make it tonight. The thought is that Jeff will be on next week. So that's currently the plan. He's going to come on next week. But he did reach out. He wasn't one of the people like for Festivus where we didn't hear. It wasn't Barstool Chief where we didn't fucking hear from him. He reached out.
We can't talk about why he's not here.
I don't think so. No, I mean
there's a player that might get signed, right?
Yeah, I give it to them. I was going to let them figure it out. MSS. And let the audience try to figure it out.
Former Cub, fuck him. Fuck the Cubs. Fucking ruining our show again, and he's not even there. Fucking dick. What a dick.
So regardless, Jeff's not gonna be here, but no, friend of the show. He'll be back next week. So my sex summer. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I was not ready to jump right into this, but I have notes, so like I have it here. Oh, so first thing I want to talk about is that Chirizi's gone, and I don't know if Chirizi's talked about why he's missing, but he got his wisdom teeth removed.
He did.
And we were talking about it just briefly today. I was loading some stuff into the StreamYard, and you came through, and you'll play the Bruce Weber drop, when you come into the room, and that's how I know that you were there. Thankfully, you announced yourself because you're like, Jesus, if he doesn't know the camera's on, he's going to start jacking off, and I don't know if I want to watch this, which you would watch because you would want to see, and then see how prolific
I'm curious.
I am. Yeah, but I was like, I'm like, is your brother really not coming? Like, he got his fucking teeth taken out like 3 days ago. Like, he still can't do this, and you're like, yeah, what the fuck? So is this like I told you? I told him also on Saturday at the Bums thing. I was like, this is how you get over it quickly. Because when I got put under, they took 2 out, and then they were like, dude, those things were so impacted. We had to only take 2 out, and then you were going to be in so much pain, so we just took 2, and then we're going to go back in and take the other 2. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, just let me be in pain. And they're like, no, it's fine. You're going to be okay. So I'm like, whatever. So I get them taken out. I go back to the second time, and the first time I'm there, I take the medicine, which some antibiotics. I eat soft foods. I do all the things they tell you to do. And and they hurt, and it wasn't fun. And then so they go back in and get the second 2 removed. And I come out of it, and I'm like, fuck this. Like, I bought egg salad, at the grocery store. And I was like, I'm fucking eating this egg salad before it goes bad. So I was eating that the day of my surgery. I was putting tea bags, like little tea bags, moistened tea bags over the sockets, or the socket on this side, and smoking cigarettes like almost immediately. I went in to talk to the doctor after they were removed, and he goes and looks. He's like, hey, how long ago did you get these taken out? I was like a week ago. He's like, this is the fastest healing I've ever seen done. And I'm like, I did everything that you're not supposed to do. So that was my thing. So I'm just really concerned that Chirizi is this hard up 3 days after he got all this stuff taken out. And he can't even make it. I mean, if Jeff was going to be here tonight, I can only that's just like, come on, bro. Like you have to be missing a foot or something to miss this. This is a fun show. So he got lucky, and he might be right. Chief, likes him more, and maybe Jeff likes him. Maybe
Jeff canceled because he knew Chirizi was going to be out. Who knows? Maybe he saw the promo and he thought that. It's funny you mentioned this, MSS, because you actually, your first words to me when we hopped in this morning, we were both working on different stuff. We realized that we're in the StreamYard at 7 a.m. I was pulling the links to send off to our guest. One of them can't make it right now. The first thing you told me was your brother's a huge pussy for not being on the show. That was also your exact words. You were very down on Chirizi this morning. You're like, he's got to be in here. And there are people in the comments right now muscling up about their polls. Figglesworth said, I had all 4 pulled at the same time. Had pizza for supper that night. North Dakota strong.
There you go.
Then I saw.
That's what I'm talking about.
I saw Brewhand Luke got numbed up. Was out drinking beers that same night. So I mean, people are out here claiming that they're tough.
I guess. Hey, you know what? When you're a geriatric person like Chirizi, I guess it's harder to recover from major surgery like that. Fucking old ass.
Chirizi says also MSS healing that quick. Trump-esque bullshit.
Why would
you mentioned the time when you were a puss and it didn't heal that quick. You mentioned them both.
The first time I followed the rules and it didn't work, and then I didn't follow the rules and it worked great. So I've always been like, the quicker you can get back to being normal, the better it is for your body. I
had my wisdom teeth pulled as well. And I was an adult, so I was, whatever. I was talking to a guy at work. He's like, I had them pulled when I was like, 12 or whatever. I said, I was in my 30s, and I had them pulled. And I remember when you're coming. Oh, that's the other thing about Chirizi. He did not go under.
They didn't put him under. Yeah,
they did not put him under. So this maniac, not only is he taking 12 days off of the podcast for his wisdom teeth, he's watching them on the big screen swim around in his mouth and rip his fucking teeth out of his head. It's the weirdest thing ever, man. God, I'm like, I was horrified when he was telling us that. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you want to watch this fucking thing happen? Why would you want to watch parts of you get ripped apart? But he likes all that shit, man. He likes horror movies and Star Wars and all that crazy bullshit. So maybe that's right up his alley. I don't know.
Aloha, Mr. Hand says, I had mine pulled, chugged Jack Daniels, and was good to go. He also walked uphill both ways to the dentist and then walked home after. That's exactly.
Yeah, he's that age. Mr. Hand is of that age. That's absolutely true. Yeah, I don't know.
How are you doing tonight?
Rumor has it too, MSS. Just you and I tomorrow for the fart walk. I don't think Trezo's going to be involved in that,
brother. Either. If I have the farts that I have right now, it's going to be a fun fart walk. Like I thought I had to poop, so I went and tried to get it all out before I came down to the show, and no, just I sat there brokenhearted, came to shit and only farted. So it was not a good time.
That's too bad, man. Because I'll be honest, I'm all good. I'm feeling good. I'm good, MSS. I mentioned it to you guys, and I think I might have tweeted a little bit about this, but I made it back to the doctor again.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. I made it back to the doctor. A little checkup. Just wanted to do a little checkup. And one or two things I wanted to check in on. Just getting a little older, you got to check in on some stuff. So I went to the same doctor, the one that told me 272 pounds, but not that fat.
Mm-hmm.
I get there, and it's kind of the same situation it was the last time where, it's in the morning, and I'm thinking to myself, like, the guy made me wait last time when I got there, and I had an appointment around the same time here. So I'm like, let's see if this motherfucker makes me wait a long time.
Yeah,
because he's not in the office yet. So he once again has a beautiful Asian nurse come in there, and she tells me to get on the scale to weigh myself, and they actually have a really nice scale. The scale has a real big pad, so a lot of room. It tells me to take my shoes off, whatever. I hop up on this motherfucker. I take everything out of my pockets, and I'm watching the numbers go up. And I'm like, oh man, that's 90 something, 120, and then starts slowing down. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. And she looks at me, she goes, "You're done, sir. You can get off." And I was like, "What? Wait, what the fuck just happened there?" And I had no clue that the scale that I was on was kilograms. I was like, "Holy shit!" And she's like, "Sir, 273 pounds, so almost the same as last time you were here."
Not bad.
And then she goes to me, MSS. She goes, 6'3", correct, sir? And you know what? I said yes. I agreed to be an extra inch of height. Yeah, absolutely. I realized that extra inch of height has reduced my level of obeseness.
It's true. It's about 25 pounds.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's So it's huge for me to be more than 1 inch, an inch taller. So my main goal in going to the doctor, MSS, was to talk to him about maybe getting a sleep study. Yeah, because I got sleep apnea. Mrs. Beef's like, you get sleep apnea, you got to check that out. And when I was talking to him, he said, first off, the same thing you told me. Yeah, you are a resident doctor, as someone put in the comments.
Well, I mean,
you told me the at-home sleep study is a piece of shit. It's not worth doing. It's terrible, right?
Not fun.
So he tells me, don't do that. He's like, we're going to send you, he's like, here, I give you a referral to Illinois Masonic. You can go up there. You'll spend the night. I had no idea the sleep study involves spending the night to actually be there. Shoot this way. But what freaked me out though was when we were talking about it later. We were talking about the sleep study and the kind of thing. He goes, it's possible that you got the sleep apnea, but it's not any risk at all to you. It's just fine. He goes, actually, if you stop breathing during the night, I say, well, yeah, my wife says I'll stop breathing, and then you start breathing again. And says, yeah. He goes, that's natural. That goes back in history. Sleep apnea has existed forever. He said, and if the sleep apnea is between 5 and 11 seconds, you won't even require any treatment whatsoever. No CPAP, no nothing. He doesn't have to do anything. I was thinking, you could be holding your fucking breath for 11 seconds 1,000 times during the night. No problems. No, you know what you're working on? You're working on how long you can stay underwater during your sleep. I was thinking to myself, this is fucking insane.
This is not a real doctor. Okay. I like, did he like fucking like burn some like mouse fur over your head and like rub like sage all over your body?
No.
What, like I don't think this is a real doctor. Because I mean, this is like literally like, yeah, Mrs. Loaf says the same thing. She's like, I want to see this doctor's credentials. And I also want to see this too, because it's like, you're obese. And then he's like, you're really not that fat. And then
not that fat.
And he's like, stop breathing multiple times per night. Totally natural. Totally okay. Don't worry about it.
You know what I realized though, from all this, I see all this shit in the comments. My doctor's not as pussified as all your doctors. He's a real cut to it, get to the right fucking thing doctor. I like that guy. You know,
yes.
I'll keep going to him now that you guys all disavow him. I know he's the best.
Is his name Dr. Nick? Because that would be.
I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not willing to say his name.
You're
out
not
there.
Gonna out him.
Baloney also says by 2032, when Ishbia owns the team, Beef will be 6'7". If they want to add another inch of height by mistake, I'm happy to. You
got to take it. Like anytime they give you an extra inch, you got to fucking just take it.
Now, one thing I did get. I haven't gotten in trouble in the past with this doctor, but I did get in a little trouble with him this time. He said that I am taking the albuterol a little too much. Your asthma, you're taking a little. We got to get better control of this. MSS. I wanted to tell him though. I know you're right about that, but it tastes so good after I've had like 12 beers and it gives me a real nice high. Like I want to tell, but I thought probably I would hold that information for myself. I keep that information back. Yeah. And so he was prescribing me, some stuff for that, just kind of making sure. But the one thing that always is just like a beef loaf thing. It's just my health is generally good except for asthma, and then my cholesterol's high. So I'm gonna put my chart here, MSS. I'm gonna bring my cholesterol chart up here for you to see my various cholesterol. So the regular cholesterol, I guess the desirable is under 200. It says borderline high between 200 and 239.
269,
240. Mine is a whopping 269.
269.
What a good number, huh? What a nice number. Oh my
God.
69.
Yeah. I wish it was 108.
Well, one of the other numbers maybe could be. That's a little low for the cholesterol there. My triglycerides, whatever that is, high. Again, 199. Although on the chart there, it just says borderline.
Triglycerides is sugar, right? I
think so that doesn't seem that high. It says borderline high. Like I'm not even up to a regular high yet, so that seems fine to me. I'm not that worried about it. HDL, that's the good cholesterol, near optimal, bro. 55, right on point. LDL is the bad cholesterol, that is high,
above 40. Okay,
so the LDL is 176, so that's in the high range between 160 and 189.
I wonder what mine are. I don't even know.
You don't have yours, MSS? Because I was going to ask for your advice to bring my cholesterol down. How could you're our fitness expert here on this show? How could the 108 loaf bring the goddamn cholesterol down for himself? What can I?
I'll tell you one thing you should stop doing. And it stop eating the things I didn't even know existed until you started ordering them, and it's triple cheeseburgers from McDonald's. Like I had no idea that even happened. The cholesterol, like that's probably would help. And then like you eat a lot of pasta too. You're a big pasta guy.
Yeah.
How many like your vegetable intake? Well, how much vegetables do you eat?
I mean, I eat a fair amount. I mean, like here's the thing. I always tell Mrs. Beef, make more extra vegetables. I'll eat them all.
Yeah.
But something compels her a lot of times not to make more. She feels like she doesn't believe I'll eat more maybe or something.
Yeah.
But I eat every vegetable that hits my goddamn plate.
Have you ever
eat salads at work all the time. I mean, like it's not like I'm eating vegetables. I mean, I eat tons of vegetables.
Yeah. Like, so on that salad, is there like a ton of meat on that salad?
No.
Okay. So, all right. Well, because you
and oftentimes I'll order a salad with no meat whatsoever. I'm gonna have some avocado or something on there, but
you don't eat a lot of eggs, right? Are you a big egg guy? You're not a big egg guy.
No, I like eggs, but I don't eat a lot.
Yeah, I like eggs. Your brother doesn't. That's why he's
scared.
Weird.
Yeah,
and when he's scared of eggs and scared of being on a podcast. 60
well,
hours
says
after
if this doctor isn't worried about your lack of breathing while sleeping, cholesterol don't fucking matter either. No, he wanted me to get that cholesterol down. You know.
I think
K-Dog says R.I.P. McRib. No, McRib is staying in. I don't care what, you know.
You eat a lot of chips?
We'll risk it.
You eat a lot of chips?
Not really. No, I might get a bag of chips with a sandwich. Like I had Jersey Mike's today. I got a bag of sea salt chips. Yeah.
I just wonder because, like, usually like cholesterol is like, hey, it's just fatty foods and fatty stuff. So it's got to just be the McDonald's. You just got to like calm down a little bit on the fast foods. Like your fast food intake is just too much. Right. You should eat more like punkies and stuff, like at least a little. I mean, it's still probably not like prime, like great for you, but like, you that's probably better than do the thing.
Mrs. B says, bullshit. I have to make 2 batches if I made more. Don't put your bad health on me.
So, hey, I'm
just saying,
I'm going to suggest this. And this is something that you take. Now, see, K-Dog has it, and he says it. He says more hummus and edibles. And like, to a certain point, yes, but I don't think the alcohol really fucks with your cholesterol. So
I'm not ingesting marijuana. So no, thank you. I'm not.
But the hummus in the vegetables, okay, like this is, and I'm not like this is just me. I got into hummus late in life, and I probably should have gotten into a lot earlier. But I love fucking hummus, and I'll put hummus on the veggies. I'll have the celery sticks and carrot sticks, and carrot sticks have a shitload of fucking sugar in them too. But like, it's good sugar, it's natural sugar. It's not added sugar, and so then you got that. But then my favorite snacks. And so if you have like a whole big thing of fucking carrot sticks and celery, you can sit there and plow through that. Have some apples. Apples are good. People tell you that apples, like an apple a day, is like one of the best things you can do. I also heard grapefruit. I eat a lot of grapefruit. Like I will peel and eat grapefruit. It's like an apple or like an orange. I fucking love grapefruit. So a lot of that shit just gets all that crap out of you. So that's what I would suggest, those 3 things. And to start next, when you're hungry, snack on those. And then because your cholesterol is high, maybe not eat nuts. Don't eat peanut butter. Don't eat like that kind of stuff.
I'm not big into peanut butter either. No. Tracy says eat more cookie cakes. That's
yes.
That'll help it. MSS is suggesting on the snacking. I'm not a snacker though. And he's gone. He's been booted from the thing. I'm not a snacker at all. My eating is sit down for a meal and just overeat that meal. So it's not really a snacking thing. It's not like I'm getting up at night or whatever, and I have a hankering for something. That's not really me. Treasy says Al Gore is tired of your hummus talk. Yeah, I don't eat hummus. I'm just not a fan. I like a lot of things. I eat almost every vegetable known to man. I'm not, no hummus for me. Fuck hummus. Brewer Luke says cholesterol's high because you just went to Vegas, then how holiday parties, then you were in fucking Puerto Rico. You're fine. Guarantee the numbers go down in like a month. Probably correct. Now I must mention I was fasting when I did the labs, so that is appropriate. That's what you should be doing. So it wasn't like I ate something this morning and it fucked my goddamn numbers. That wasn't it. So anyway, hopefully MSS will get back here shortly. And but in the meantime, how about let's see if we got ready-made ads or not, or if he's gonna wing it for himself. Yeah, I think he's actually reading a live ad today. Beautiful, love that. Once again, to mention the audience, Jeff Passan's not going to make it today. He's not going to be out here. We're supposed to have him come on next week. So Gabriel Bearstown's going to be joining us in just a little bit to give us a Bears preview. And then the back half of the show is just going to be like one of our normal 3-hour shows where we get running on this shit. So, let's go for that. Let's get to a drink right now. The big homie, John Nava, is up in there. He says, cheers, fella. Hoping for a Bears win and an Indiana Hoosiers title. Man, the Hoosiers look fucking unstoppable, John. I bet on Oregon the other night, and they fucking stomped the shit out of them. I don't know how they're such a juggernaut. I watched them play 2 games where I was not sure they're going to win the game. It was the game in Iowa that I thought Iowa probably wins if the Iowa quarterback doesn't get hurt. And then the game at Penn State with the spectacular catch in the back of the end zone. Those are the 2 games where Indiana was close to losing. But I don't know. I just don't see it. Miami's defense is real good, but I'd be surprised if they were to pull off. So cheers, John. Thanks for the drink. I appreciate you, my friend.
Dude, my internet just like totally went out. And I was
That's okay. Have a drink on John now.
Holy shit. I ran upstairs and like everything's fine upstairs. I come down here. It's back up. I'm like, holy shit.
MSS, would you like to go ahead and sell me some shrimp?
Yeah. Which is really good for your cholesterol, probably too.
Love
it. Here's the ad. Yep, got that up. Here we go. Let's start the new year right at Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. Every Thursday in January, buy 1 pound of original large shrimp, get a half pound free. That's right. Buy what you are going to buy anyway and get more for absolutely nothing. No coupon or code required. Deal is good at all of our locations. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Canal, and open to close everywhere else. Lawrence's has 4 convenient locations for all of your feasting needs. 2120 South Canal Street, 3242 West 87th Street in Evergreen Park, 50 South Manheim Road in Hillside, 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Order ahead to avoid the wait at chicagoshrimp.com. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, always fresh, always fantastic, always delicious. Well, see, I'm running. I get a little confused. Here we go. Here we go.
This next segment is rated R for ranting. Viewer discretion is advised.
Get ready for the ranking bell!
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome our good luck charm, the number one Bears fan, the number one Chicago White Sox fan, the number one person on YouTube. Bearstown, Gabriel, former beer money champion. How you doing? How you feeling? Are you ready for this? You ready for the Rams?
I'm ready. Mr. Summer, thank you. We love Mr. Summer. Thank you for having me in. Woo!
You're welcome. Thank you.
Jack Fine. Woo! Mr. Summer, we love. Woo! We're going to take it somewhere. You want to keep LA? Kid Woods. Woo! He went to USC. Maybe because of money. Maybe because of, woo! Jack Fine. You know, Kid Woods people Chicago. It's like where Mike Dickens Woods.
There you go.
The Pretty Boys, the Smiths. Oh, yeah, Chicago, South Side, the Gaboskis. See, accent nurses, they're the Pretty Boys. They're lazy people. The hard-working class on the South Side. Woo! We're going to whoop some ass.
So
the Bears going to whoop some ass.
We're going to whoop some ass. So you're feeling overly confident about the Chicago Bears having the Rams come to our town. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's going to be freezing. Where you're like, these guys that, you know, struggled a little bit against the Packers are going to come out and just destroy these Rams. That's what's going to happen.
It's cold weather.
It's cold weather. That's all that matters.
Yeah. It's cold weather. The Bears are going to do what Indiana did to Oregon Ducks. As Good sense, Luke.
Say sorry to Luke there. Raging Bear, let's go back to that Bears-Packers game just for a bit. After the first half, how are you feeling? Bears down 21-3. Where were you at emotionally with that game at that point, my friend?
I was angry and pissed off. Pitching a punch in the garage wall. Punch in the garage door. Live stream.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was just, here we go again. Deja vu. And then, second quarter. So you shut down, like, okay, my Gramps, here you go. And today, the second half came in. I play live, so oh my God, punching the nuts. I punched myself in the nuts. I gave myself nut shots, and then I picked the pitch up. What the hell?
That woke him up. You getting punched in the nuts woke the Bears up.
And punching the garage.
And punching your garage, right?
And
what did your say about punching the garage? Was he okay with that, or what? Did he take it out of your pay? Did he take it out of this week's pay? You got to repair the garage, or what?
No, I checked it. No dents. No dents.
No dents. No dents. It says no dents. Now, Bearstown, you were at halftime. I saw some of your tweets. You were ready to fire Dennis Allen. You've been a Dennis Allen critic the entire year. But you got to admit, in the second half, Dennis Allen got his shit together, and that defense played pretty good, right?
Yes. You know why? Because he don't want to do a raging Bears rage in the second half. Because I will not shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I have to do what Brett. And you know what I mean? I don't want to do what Brett Huffley. No, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, the Penis King?
Man, Gabriel, I'll say this. I was at the Ramova. I was with Terezi and Quernsey, and then at the Bums thing, and I was sitting there going, I like the opening drive. They went down, and they didn't score a touchdown, but they kicked a field goal, and I was like, this is what I want. I wanted them to start strong. I wanted the Bears to come out and just get down there and score, and they did. And then they didn't do shit until the fourth quarter. So do you think that this team needs to be down and just down bad to like get motivated enough to like go out there? Or do you think that they could capture some of what they had in the fourth quarter and just like start the game like that against the Rams?
There's like it's in the fourth quarter, man. You can't get behind. The Rams are a good team. Hell of a football team. You got to play cold weather, run the ball, pound the rock, smash mom to go to you gotta go line. You gotta be a physical teammate. Because it's cold weather. I dream of cold weather all the time when I was a little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw you the other day. You said you love shoveling snow. You like being out in the snow, so you're built for this. If they had to throw you in the game, Gabriel, they're down a couple guys. I know TJ Edwards got hurt.
No.
I know Ozzie Trapillo's hurt. If we got to throw you on the offensive line, are you ready? Are you ready to be out there in the cold?
Some shit though. I'm a sunsetter boy.
Ram shit.
I'm a fight. I'm a sunsetter.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah,
You're tough. Now, Gabriel, last week you predicted 5 touchdowns for Caleb Williams. He had a great game, but he only got 2. Those other 3, are they saved for this week? Is he going to add them on to this week's total?
Right.
Is it going to be a big game for Caleb?
It's going to be a balanced attack because Caleb wants to have a good game. Okay. But I'm going to predict a big game for DeAndre Swift.
Okay. Yep.
It's cold weather, snow, pound the ball, one inside. It's freezing. It's cold. And the Bears defense will play a lot better.
Yeah.
Because it's cold weather. Matthew Stafford's not good at cold weather. Here's a flashback for you.
Right.
I know it's a long time ago, 2011. Remember one time Matthew Stafford done something to teach him more?
Yeah.
He grabbed the team on the basement and started fights between the Bears and Lions.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That's what you want. That's what you want this game to be? Break out and fight like that?
right away.
So that's what I was going to ask you, though, Gabriel. Is that your key? Is that the Bears got to run the ball? They got to focus on the run. They didn't focus so much on it against Green Bay. Now Green Bay's a little tougher at stopping the run. Do you think it's you mentioned DeAndre Swift? Do you think it's got to be DeAndre and Kyle Monangai, or is it more Swift because he can use his speed?
It's gonna be both. Balance attack. Kyle Monangai and also the offense too.
Yep.
It's gonna be the go offense. You know what I mean? You gotta be a balance attack. Caleb wants to do his thing too.
Yeah.
John Elway looks pass, boom. Pass the ball, bam. I want Caleb Williams to be like John Elway type.
Okay, yeah.
If it's a full quarter, it's Caleb's time.
Nice.
It's Caleb Williams' time. So
I mean, it's a little bit like that. He's not built as Elway had a bigger, thicker trunk. Caleb's sleeker, but they both run well and they both got cannons for absolute arms. I mean, it's crazy shit. Now you mentioned up front about the weather, Gabriel. This week's gonna be a real cold game, as you said. You think that will make Matt Stafford play like a frigid little bitch?
He's frigid like a bitch. He's playing the dome. He's with Detroit.
Yep.
He sucks on domes inside outdoors.
Yeah. He's has a tough record outdoors. That's absolutely correct. They're used to playing inside in Detroit. Used to playing inside in LA. LA's stadium's a dome.
Fancy boy.
So.
He's a fancy boy.
He's a fancy boy. Yeah, exactly.
Gabriel, let's give us a prediction on the score. Bears by how many? Like
Bears.
six thickas or what?
Stop, Bears. All right. I'm going to get this prediction like 4 years ago. Bears 24. Rams 0.
Wow. Yes. It's like 85, baby. Just like 85. Who's returning the fumble in the snow? Gabriel, what defensive player is returning that fumble in the snow? Who's got it?
No one's returning the fumble in the snow. It's Caleb Williams scoring a touchdown, sliding.
So it's going to be different. It's going to be Caleb Williams sliding into the end zone. I like this a lot.
85 Bears defense, 85 Bears defense is dead. So nobody cares 85 anymore.
That's mature. You're very anti-85. I was 7 years old in 85. I remember that entire season. Yeah. But I'm okay with it, Gabriel. If we got a team to replace that team, that's fine with me, man. Let's do it.
05 is dead, okay? 05 is dead.
No, that team is even Urlacher is your favorite player, you said. And now he's out too?
No, Urlacher is a legend. Yeah. You can appreciate him doing your trouble. You can appreciate 85 Bears.
Okay.
You can cherish them. You can cherish Dick up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, good.
When that 05 team, let it go.
Gabriel, you mentioned it on Twitter the other day about the smoke alarm going off in your house. Take us to the smoke alarm. Let's go. Let's go to the smoke alarm. Is it around anywhere we can see it or what?
Smoke alarm since my right here. F-bombs here.
Yeah, show it on the camera. Show the smoke alarm on the camera. Is that right there? There it is. Yes. Dude, is that it?
If I come on and F-bomb, watch the TV, I'll watch a Sox game, a Bears game. Yeah. Jump on a fucking bleep.
Dude, you need me? You want me to buy you a 9-volt battery or something, or what? Like, you
No way! No way! If the Bears get down at halftime, I want you to take that thing off the wall and smash it out in the middle of the street. All right,
we'll buy you a new one.
That's it. We'll buy you a new one. 108ers will buy you a new one. Let's go.
Ones that are like carbon monoxide and smoke. So
That's
those
right.
are good.
Extra batteries. MSS sells batteries on eBay.
I do not sell batteries on eBay.
I'm telling you a funny story, okay?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, hit it.
Back when I was 13 years old, I was so pissed that Sox were losing, the Bears losing. You motherfuckers! My parents are out of the house. I jumped in and punched a glass window right here.
No.
Oh, no. Don't do that.
Yes.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
I was scarred.
You're going to hurt yourself doing that shit.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
don't punch the glass window. That's not good for you. No. Don't hurt yourself, bro.
To it. So, later Star Wars, boys, because if you're 13 years old, you're not Anakin Skywalker. Like, you motherfuckers like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was you.
Is that a mistletoe behind you too, Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you making out with underneath that mistletoe, Gabriel?
No one does that. It's just
a decoration. That's how dare you?
You don't bring.
When you used to be airplane, when I was a little kid, they used to be airplane, punching bag.
People in the comments disagree with us. They want Treasy says take it off the wall and change the batteries. And David Crosby says I've got an old battery free of charge.
Okay,
you know what? They're against us. I thought it was fine. I just wanted to see where it was. Now, Gabriel, before we let you go, I have one thing I need you to do for me. Okay, can you do something for Uncle Beef?
Yes,
if we need it done. Okay, I'm not sure. I saw this on Twitter a little bit. There were people out there on the internets saying that Jim Cornelison singing the national anthem can be bad luck. Okay. And then someone pulled the record and it actually wasn't that bad. His record was like 12 and 10 or whatever. However, if the Bears do lose with Jim Cornelison singing the national anthem, I need you to give Jim Cornelison a nut shot. Can you give him a nut shot for me?
I love. See, the thing is, I love
Jim too. I love Jim too.
I love Jim too.
What are you gonna do, Gabriel?
I'm a Blumhouse hater. I'm not a Blumhouse fan. Yeah. I would, man. For you, I would do it.
All right.
Because I like the guy. He's amazing to me.
If you were gonna tell me that you won't punch Jim Cornelius in the fucking nuts, but you'll hit me in the nuts, a guy that you watch Sox games with 60 times a year, you'll punch me right in the balls. But a guy you probably never met. You were like, I can't hit that guy. I love that guy. Like, come on, man. Gabriel.
I didn't grab her a lot, and I didn't look in. What is it?
Oh, you can listen. You hit Luke in the nuts anytime you want. Okay, he's not using it anyway.
But not Crawford. Crawford and his wife are trying to get pregnant. Just no nut shots for him for a little bit
until he's got a baby.
Also, Southside 100%. Jeff says can't change the smoke alarm batteries before the game. You can't jinx. I agree. You got to keep it the same.
100%.
If Bears lose, here's the deal. If Bears lose, I'm shaving my head. Oh, my beard.
And beard? Or are you just going to grow a beard out?
You shave everything?
Beard? Hold on.
Everything.
Let me get this real. Shave my head or shave my beard?
No, shave your head. Yeah. 100% shave your head. Yeah.
Leave the beard.
Have more of an impact.
A real long beard. Like Gordo. Yeah. Remember when Gordo used to have the big long beard?
I can't. Yeah. My parents would kick my ass, so.
Well, you don't want to get it all
That's
in
fair.
the food.
That's fair.
So I get that. Yeah, you don't want.
My mom's like, Joyce Dunbar. I'm like, no beard in the house.
No
yes,
beard. Hey, you got to
George Steinbrenner, man. No facial hair. You got the no facial hair rule in the Silva house. I like it.
No sideburns, no beards. I love it.
Exactly.
Well, Gabriel, thank you very much for coming on the podcast tonight and predicting that we are going to shut out the Rams on Sunday at 5:00. Please be nice to your garage, just in case they give up a touchdown. Don't hurt yourself. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
That's right.
After this victory, we'll do it again. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. We love. Thank you for having me in there. Susie, get well, my friend.
That's right. Attaboy, Gabriel.
He's a little
Let's go Bears, baby. Let's go.
We'll see you soon, okay?
Take care, brother.
See you guys. Shut up, boys.
Be good.
Man,
that was
I tell you what.
That was great.
I don't expect a lot of things. I definitely did not expect him to say that the Bears were going to give up 0 fucking points on Sunday.
I like it. I like the callback. It's good.
I like the under. I like betting the under in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go that far under. Like, I don't know if we can do that. Who needs Chirizi? This is all we need. We just need St. Gabriel. That's all we really
Jeff says,
need.
who needs passing?
Who needs passing? Yeah, exactly.
Let's get to this drink real quick. Midwest Kid, 1992. Thank you, my friend.
Cheers,
Appreciate
brother.
that. Appreciate you hitting the drinks.
Thank you. And he said, you got to believe, I think, too. I think he said that.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that choice. All righty. My Sock Summer, you want to
This guy's giving me a hard time. Go fuck yourself.
Well, he's mad that you said he could get nut shots. He says, the fuck is this shit? Well, someone's going to get the nut shots. We know it's got to come but somebody. You know,
well, yeah, somebody's going to get punched.
There's concerns about the carbon monoxide. You know, it is a concern. It can be.
Most of them have it built in, so I'm assuming that he does too. Because a lot of them, they won't let you change the batteries. You just have to buy a new one. But I'm gonna pay a little bills here, and here we go. Looking for a perfect way to kick off the new year? Start fresh with a brand new Mazda. Whether you're looking for a sporty sedan or a versatile SUV, Mazda has the right vehicle for you. With Mazda's signature sleek design and unmatched performance, you'll turn heads everywhere you go. And with advanced safety features like blind spot monitoring and lane departure warning, you can feel confident and protected on the road. Plus, with cutting-edge technology like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can stay connected and entertained while you drive. And with Mazda's commitment to sustainability, you can feel good about reducing your carbon footprint. Visit MazdaRowlandPark.com to get all the specs and details on the complete line of Mazda. Whether you're from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Happy New Year from your friends at Mazda of Orland Park. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom. I think I might run that 3 more times tonight. It's funny, you know, when you have a front end of a show all ready to go, and then it's like, it's gone. It's just gone. So then you're like, you gotta about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gone. And then you gotta struggle, or you gotta be like, okay, what are we gonna do? So luckily, both you and I, in addition to being very snazzy dressers and figuring out that each other was gonna wear this shirt, and we both can talk a lot. So Loaf, where do we want to go from here?
It's a good question. I was kind of thinking that we do what we always do, MSS. We do a 3 things style where we ask questions, bring up topics for each other, and just flip back and forth. Me and you, and we'll go as the night takes us. But before we do, let's get to this drink real quick. Aloha, Mr. Hand says, beef, your cholesterol is rookie numbers. Has MSS broken any toilet seats lately?
No, and I have not.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that up. I'll say this, aloha, Mr. Hand. I'll drink this first.
I'm going to guess on my cholesterol that if I work at my cholesterol, I'll get it down into a normal range. But I'm a reckless eater in some.
You are a reckless eater.
So
and that's kind of where you find solitude sometimes is within the food.
It is
at 3 o'clock in the morning. I go through some photos every so often because just trying to look for stuff. And man, shout out to Aloha, Mr. Hand, for losing, I would say, almost a person. Yeah, the guy is like he's unrecognizable in some of the old photos. He has really, really turned that around. And congratulations on losing all this weight that Wally has taken. Wally Money has taken every pound that Aloha has lost and has just ballooned up even bigger. So it's been an amazing run. I don't know how you got to transfer all that weight to Wally, but that's a beautiful one. That's so beautiful.
He's got a lot of jiggle into his move there.
He does.
Well, let me kick this off. I'll start.
Sure.
I don't know if you want to play some music or not. I'll leave it up to you if you want to.
You know what?
If you throw a little bit of music in here, I know you got some shit.
I have some music in here. Let me get some music in here. I got to turn it down, way down.
Way down. We had it because I had it up for drops. I don't know if.
Yeah. No. The background music is separate. So there is.
I know, but I had turned that one up too because I was going to use it as. There is one in there that I was going to use as a drop.
This one?
You're going to have to loop these.
All right, here we go.
It's not that one, but
I love this one.
Yeah, you turn that a little lower. Okay. All right, here we go. Question for you, my Sock Summer. I saw this tweet the other day, and it's from Fear, and he says, Havoc Freelstyle. I can't watch no porn knowing that the porn star done passed away. Now, I know you, my Sock Summer, have emotional connections to some of the adult film stars that you watch. You've been to some of the festivals, you meet them, you've met, engaged with some of the personalities or whatever. Are you sentimental enough where you don't yank it anymore to a porn star that's gone, say in August Ames or something like that? Or let's put it in two perspectives. The more modern porn stars that have passed away, or obviously there is vintage pornography where a lot of the stars are no longer with us just because age or whatever other things. But regardless, where are you at with that concept?
So I am like literally scanning my brain right now, trying to think if I've, worked it to a chick that's no longer with us. And I'm sure I have. Like, honestly, I have to say that the odds are that has definitely happened.
Yeah.
I don't think that it would bother me, honestly. Like,
okay,
I'll say what, not
a concern for you.
The death is not a concern because, I mean, even if it's like, I think they would want you as an artiste to enjoy their work that they put out there.
I would think so too.
Yeah, that they doesn't really be like, oh, don't jerk off to me now that I'm dead.
Right.
Like I definitely don't want that. I will say what has stopped me from some things. I famously told this story several times. I was a big, huge Whitney Stevens fan. I loved Whitney Stevens.
Okay, and
I met her, and she was straight trash, and she was not nice to me, and it totally turned me off. And Whitney Stevens went to by the wayside because I'm like, I can't even fantasize about this girl anymore because she's a piece of shit. Like she just was not what I wanted to meet. And conversely, people that I have met that were cool as fuck that I might not have been into before because they were corny routines or whatever they do. I was like, you know what, Sunny Lane, maybe I will give you another shot, because you were really fucking awesome and engaged with me very well. So that stuff is more like, it's more about the person, not necessarily if they're alive or dead.
Okay, not their current the current life status.
Their current status.
MSS comparing porn stars to Van Gogh, and Jeff says Smash Pass meets alive or dead. Yeah,
yes,
that's kind of where we're at there. Go ahead, MSS. You up, my friend?
So we just had. Well, I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna talk about you. You had a birthday in the house. Can we talk about a birthday in the house?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you have a daughter. She just turned 16.
She did. Yeah.
I have two daughters. One's gonna be 10. One's gonna be 8. You have a 16-year-old. How fucking terrified are you right now that you have a 16-year-old that's going to be able to drive and just go away? Like, just get into a car and drive away from you. And like, does that freak you the fuck out, or does that not freak you out?
Not really. No, I no, I don't know how to say this. I guess I haven't had a lot of those types of fears with my daughter. I kind of, and I don't know if I don't know if it's because she has kind of a little more, she's cautious, I'll say. She's the person who's very cautious in a lot of aspects of life. Kind of reminds me of myself from that perspective. And I also kind of, I'm of the stance that, like, you do the best you can to raise your child. And then after that, you have to let the chips fall where they may. And kind of like, I don't know if that's the gambler in me, is just kind of like, well, you got it in with the best hand. Now let's just see what happens, kind of. But no, I don't have a lot of those concerns about any of that. In fact, I mean, I'm in a way, I was like reflecting back at my daughter turning 16 and realizing, wow, all those years are past already. Like, I can't believe she's already 16. I can't believe that, a couple of years I'll be sending her off to college somewhere. You know, and it's just like it's. They tell you. I remember my boss telling me, it
goes quick.
I started working at the company that I'm at. Bonita was less than a year old, and my boss, he had young kids too, and like his son came in the office the other day. His son's like a senior in college. His son had internships and shit. I'm obviously I'd see him and say hi or whatever. He connected with me on LinkedIn. I was like, bro, I remember when the kids were so little. I was like, anybody told me, he's like, yeah, it's gonna fly by, man. You just wait and see. And it has flown by. Like, that kind of thing has flown by. But no, I don't have those types of concerns. I don't know. I feel like I don't have a lot of concerns like that in general. It's just not the way I'm wired. It's just sort of like, all right, well, whatever happens, we'll deal with it when it gets here. We'll try to make it work. So
Yeah,
that's the way I feel about the thing.
I was just wondering, I'm we're starting to give the girls like more independence, obviously, as they get older, and you can, hey, sure, you can go ride your bike up and down the street, ride your scooter, do this, go that, do that, kind of thing, and like even thinking about like, oh, let's say we get a dog, and it's like, let you walk the dog. Can I let you walk the dog by yourself in the morning? I'm like, I can't. No, like you can't.
Maybe
do
not
that.
yet, but yeah.
But you get worried about that shit. You're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I can just only imagine getting behind the wheel of a car, which I fucking hate other drivers too. So I'm just like, I don't. Yeah.
But
there's
there'll be a lot of, there's a lot of growth between that age and this age. Like between 10 and 16 is a big jump.
Oh,
maybe I'd feel differently if I was looking at it from that perspective. But but even at 10, like my wife was always like, she worried about if she'd make friends. She worried about a lot of that stuff. I didn't necessarily worry about a lot of that stuff. I was just like, well, whatever happens, I got to be here to help her figure out the aftermath. And I was like, I can't get worried about it before it actually happens.
That is interesting because I think we're similar in that regard. Like I see enough of my daughter, or myself in both my daughters. I'm like, I ain't worried about them ever meeting people or talking to people. Like
they'll be fine.
They're fine. They probably are too good at some of that stuff. They shouldn't be as good as they are. So,
and so what we were waiting to happen actually happened in the comments. Jackie Cheer says Tucker to the Dodgers. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I mean
the Dodgers.
That's not what I would have thought earlier today. No. Not that I didn't have any intel or anything, but Jeff told us today. He's like, Tucker's going to go today or tomorrow. So sorry, boys, got to pull the plug on this, but he did reach out. So he did not leak the team to us, though. We did not tell that.
No, he didn't say it. He definitely did not say it. So that's fucking crazy. You know what? That was one of the questions, and I'll ask him when he comes on. It's like. Do you think that anything's going to change? Like the parody that's in the NFL, the parody like between like the Bears, just watching the Bears season go from like being horrible to being great and like on the verge of like getting the Super Bowl if they win 2 more games, right? And you're like how that happens so quickly and so effortlessly in a league that has a salary cap. Like, Can we expect that if could the MLB become that if they get a salary cap, or do we have to wait for the Dodgers 8-peat? And they're going for the 8-peat right now. I mean, my God.
No, I don't think it's that. I think in NFL, it's the nature of the short season, and then the huge volatility that comes with regards to injuries and turnovers.
True.
That can really like shift like records. Just look at the NBA. The NBA doesn't have that shit. Like, things stay terrible for a long time. They got a fucking salary cap. Like, so I think it's the nature of the games. And in baseball, it's harder because seasons are very long, so it weeds out a lot of the
holy shit.
It weeds out a lot of the volatility with getting to the playoffs, or at least for being a top team. Then in the playoffs, any shit can happen, which is why I'm surprised the Dodgers have won 2 in a row. Because I thought for sure something weird would happen and knock them the fuck out. So crazy though, the Dodgers getting it.
The last World Series, and then that could have won either way. So
yeah, exactly. The Blue Jays had that. So
all you, what's up,
bro? We got to get into this right away. I mean, like I should have brought this up first, but I kind of wanted to do the porn star thing. We had Mark Silverman going absolutely in on Chuck Swirsky this week. I'm not going to play the audio. I did not upload the audio. I don't play it, but it was he went in on him initially about his comments that Ben Johnson shouldn't have been using profanities, talking about the Packers, et cetera. And I think a lot of people saw comments similar in a similar vein and just thought, fuck that. This is the competitive spirit. People are having fun with it. Rivalries are fun. The fact that the Packers and Bears really kind of hate each other again is a great thing. The fact that it's a little more even again, the Bears have won 3 of the last 4 against the Packers, makes the rivalry something. The Packers have been dogging the shit out of the Bears for 20 years-ish in this rivalry. But Sylvie went further than that. He went in on Swirsky as a guy and just said how, he just doesn't care for the guy and he's a backstabber and, all this stuff. And so, my next summer, I was going to ask you, like, Do you wish more beefs like this would surface? And what did you think about their particular beef on the face of it?
So we are content people, right? And and when you are making content and it's something that's real and something that real and raw comes across, like I don't shoot a load in my pants, but I'm close because I'm like, this is an actual fucking emotion. This is not something that he planned. This is not something that he was doing, but it's how he feels. So it came out correct and it said it right. He said it right and he went through with it. And I was like, and you saw it. Like you saw like Waddle was just kind of like
that. Okay. I was hoping you were going to bring that up. That's where you could see it because when the partner does not look shocked by what's being said at all, just sort of looks like, he's going. He's finally going for this. Like, he's heard it before.
I've heard this 100 times.
He's heard that before for drinks or whatever the fuck. When they were out together, he's heard that shit. And he's like, he's going to go for it. I'm just going to let him go.
And Sylvie was like, my wife said not to bring it up. Don't talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And so, we've had conversations and chats and we talked about this. But it's like, man, I love seeing it. I thought it was an electric moment. I thought it was great to see on a live show.
Me too.
But the one telling part of this, and I know there's a lot of different ways we can go after this too. And we talk about a lot of different angles. But the one angle that I thought was very telling is that nobody jumped in and really defended Chuck Swirsky after Sylvie went out there and said all his shit. Now, you can say, it's just a radio station in Chicago. That shit got retweeted a shitload. And a lot of people said a lot of negative things about him. So I would expect his buds to fucking like sack up and start like, hey, listen, Chuck gets misread on this. He gets done on this and do with that. And that did not happen. Okay.
And Chuck has been at this for a long fucking time. Terezi brought up in our group chat that the Max Headroom thing, the guy who's a fake Max Headroom that took over the TV station that was in the 80s, he was talking about Chuck Swirsky. He's been around in media that fucking long. And you're right, MSS. I didn't see one person of noted Chicago media say this is bullshit. Sylvie shouldn't have said this. Chuck's a good guy, or like you said, he's misunderstood or whatever the fuck. I didn't notice it until you pointed it out, but then I'm looking around, I'm like, no one said anything. And what I wondered, not to talk out of school, is sometimes you talk bad of a media person and you put it out on Twitter and that media person blocks you and it gets kind of public or whatever. And then you get DMs from people and they might be agreeing with what you think about that person. And then you say another thing about them. When that person misses a charity thing that everyone and their mom was involved in. And you get some more outreach from people that person's a bag. And that's why they didn't do it. I wonder how much of that was going on that we didn't see in the DMs saying good for you about this. I really wondered it, MSS, because you saw what we saw about certain things we've said. Yeah. And you're like, and I didn't see a lot of defending there either from people. So it's interesting. You don't always know,
No, you don't. And I'll put it out here. I'm a low-level person. I'm scum of the cesspool. Okay, we're not very high up. And when me and Joe Obvious had our fight about him trying to get free shit for people and profit off them, fucking low-level, former MLB guy Ryan Dempster's yelling at me. Okay, so people stand up for people when they believe it. Now, did I get some DMs from some people about Joe? Sure. Absolutely, right? Did he probably get a shitload of DMs about me? No, because no one knows who I am and no one cares. So it's not a fair fight. But what I'm saying, that is a very telling thing. And I also I really believe that I don't know. I think this guy is just not the person that he portrays to be out there. Because we saw some comments and people are like, oh, you're attacking this guy and his character. His character. Well, the things that Sylvie was complaining about were so Chuck attacked Ben Johnson's character by saying he shouldn't cuss. Okay. Right. And then, Sylvie went out and attacked Chuck's character. Well, Chuck and the things that Sylvie were saying that we are potentially true, maybe not true.
Maybe not. We don't know.
He's attacking other people's character and saying Bill Wennington shouldn't be on this show. I should be doing that. This should be happening, not this. I know better than you know. And you're attacking their smarts and their character too sometimes. And I just like that was the weirdest thing to me. It was like he's doing the same thing. Like you can't say it's right for you to do it because you're reportedly a Christian who's into adult diaper wearing. But and then other stuff like allegedly he follows them. Now listen, sometimes you can get tricked and follow somebody and not know that they are fucking
or their account over time someone's account get hacked and taken over or whatever.
Right.
There's a lot of potential excuses.
How many people did he unfollow or block today that he probably didn't even follow?
Oh my God.
That
MSS
pays attention to his Twitter.
Bro, the name searching and blocking everyone is crazy work. Let me tell you, my friend. Crazy work. Are you kidding me? Wow.
So
I was shocked by that shit too.
You think that they're not petty. Now, Sylvie also said that he shows all the bad tweets to Jerry Reinsdorf. Anytime somebody tweets something bad about the Bulls, he goes and shows them. I saw a popular Bulls tweeter, Ramina, say, maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe he should be showing Jerry that shit. Like I thought that was really funny. It's like, hey, the snitch tag is okay in this case. Like you can do that. So
go ahead and snitch tag here.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you this question about MSS about this particular thing. Let's remove it from this particular beef. Mm-hmm. But if you see a beef online of this nature, where the person actually calls the other person out for some shit they're doing like that, and I had this happen to me. Two guys that I was fans of fucking went at each other. If two people that you're fans of go at each other and one of them brings the other guy out as a bad guy, does it affect you personally? It's like how much you ingest of their content. Do you start looking at them differently? Like, because I was thinking about this from the perspective of if there are Swirsky fans out there, we didn't see a lot of them tweet, and you said no one to mention, which was correct. But I didn't even see a lot of just like random people jumping up to defend Chuck. I saw a couple, but there wasn't that many. I wonder if it changes any of their opinions. Does it change your opinion on something?
You know what? Kind of, but then not, because I would say the closest few that we've been involved in, we were like, we had a grandstand view, but we didn't know all the facts, was the Barstool Carl stuff, right? Like we didn't really know. We knew that they did not like each other. Like everyone didn't like each other, but we didn't know to the depths of what it was going on, and we weren't in the room for any of this stuff.
Correct.
So that was the weird parents.
When we were there, they acted like a happy family, and they all have always treated us well. Yeah. Yeah.
So like you're kind of like, I don't know, like, but I'll say this: I enjoyed Carl's content after. I enjoyed the Barstool guys, or the Chicago guys' content after. Obviously, still friends with the Chicago guys, and have been on their show since then. Yeah. And
Carl's been on our show.
Carl's been on our show. I would go on Carl's show if he ever invited us on. But it's just like, so no, I guess it doesn't really, it didn't change me there. I don't know, like if it was more friends, like if you and your brother started beefing, and like I don't know what I would do. I don't know who I would follow the next one. Whose side I would go on. I don't know.
That's funny because I'm a big Nassim Taleb fan. I've always had him. I like his books or whatever, and his talks and all this shit. And then also one of my favorite podcasts was Econ Talk, and that's Russ Roberts. He's the Econ Talk guy, and they went at each other on Twitter not that long ago, a couple months ago, and it's really over the war, the Israel Palestine war.
Yeah,
whatever.
Oh God.
And Taleb called out Russ Roberts as being kind of a phony and all this shit, and I didn't take a side. I just observed it, but I realized psychologically it affected me because I haven't been listening regularly to the Econ Talk podcast. I realized it the other day. I was like, "Fuck, I haven't listened to an episode of this in months. What is going on here? Why am I not listening to it?" And I was like, psychologically, that had a fucking impact on me. That thing being said out there pushed me away from this, even though I didn't have any ill feelings towards the guy necessarily. I didn't take a side, but it shoved me off it. And I kind of wonder about stuff like this. Like, how much do beefs like this actually affect people? Maybe I'm one of the few that's psychologically affected by said thing.
I don't know. You know what? I'm trying to think if it's been anything. Like, I know once guys leave the Stern show, I usually don't listen to their content,
Okay.
right?
There you
Like,
go, yeah.
I just don't. I don't, because I don't think they're that funny, and it's not the reason I ever listened. And I'm like, you're not hot shit. Like the other guy's the hot shit.
You were part of this,
You're yes. You're
but
the
not part of
ancillary.
this anymore. I don't care.
You're the part.
That's
You're
different,
the. I like you with the group, but I don't like you outside of the group. You're not that cool.
I like that.
Yeah, very much. Don't listen to that shit. So
Yumper in the comments says he didn't do his dance after last night's win, and buys us a drink. Thank you, Yump. Appreciate you. That is something. That's, or at least it wasn't filmed. Maybe he didn't. Thank you, Yump. Appreciate that.
yeah, thanks, Yump.
You're up on us. Let's go.
So last night, well, actually, let's go to the beginning. A while ago, there was an article that came out in The Athletic, and they were talking about the MLB Fan Council. And I know that people were wondering who were the representatives for the White Sox on the MLB Fan Council. And I wasn't sure how I wanted to come out and say this, but we are the members of the MLB Fan Council for the White Sox. Now, because we can tell people. And
course,
last night they had a meeting. The reason that it came out was that they had a talk about the labor dispute, and what they were going to do, and how they were going to approach it. And they were trying to kind of the Athletic made it sound like they were baiting the waters, to this is what we're going to do to see how it works, right? And basically the MLB Fan Council, I think, if I got it enough right, that it's kind of like a focus group, kind of. Okay. But they also just put on talks and stuff. The first one I did talk about on here, but no one listens to our podcast. And so I was like, they talked about torpedo bats, and I got to hear about the science behind torpedo bats and why they're legal, and they had them, and they've been using them for years, and all this stuff. So that was the first thing. Well, last night, we had the meeting, first one of 2026, and they wanted to know what we wanted to talk about. So while I'm in this room, this huge Zoom chat, there is 60 people, in there. I'm looking at all the people that have their handles in there.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up everyone that's in the room, and I'm adding people that are on Twitter.
Yeah. How
many people do you think had over 1,000 followers that were in this room?
I'll say a dozen.
Not many.
Really?
One other guy. I felt like a huge. Now I'll say this: they might have huge followings on Instagram. They might have huge followings somewhere else. Okay.
Right.
But their Twitters were sorely underperformed. They didn't have many followers on Twitter. So there's one guy that was from Detroit. They must be having their fan fest right now, or a season ticket holder event or something, because he was at one of those. He was running around with his phone. Which was funny, and he put me in a group chat. But so I'm looking at all these guys, and I'm just like, wow, this is interesting. And then they start putting up their suggestions of what they want to do this year. And one of them was like, hey, can you guys, do the MLB teams that we are actually representing on the council, do they know who we are? Do they know that we exist? In my eyes, I'm just kind of sitting there going, I don't, how does it feel to be a fucking peasant and not have your own bobblehead from the team? I don't know how this goes. And
Whoa.
So I started thinking about a lot of this stuff. I'm like, do these people not have relationships at all with the front office of the people that they're fanning? And the answer is no, they don't. So, and I was like, we're in such a really great situation, and I know the Sox needed some good publicity. We brought that. We're a happy story. 3 fat guys that sit behind a foul pole, drink a lot of beer.
We're fun.
We're fun. But so my suggestion to the group was like things I wanted to have a discussion on, and then I want to get what you think you would want to hear from the MLB. The first thing I wanted to know about, I was like, what is the MLB doing to market the game? He had a successful World Series that was insane last year. People
the whole
loved
playoffs
it.
Was great, man. It was tremendous. Yeah.
What are you doing to build upon that? Going into the WBC, and then the next season, what are you doing to build it and make it a bigger sport? That was the first thing I said I wanted to do. and I wanted to hear about. And the second was, what is going to be the MLB solution to losing all the RSNs? Like, what is the point? Like, what are we going to do here? Because it doesn't look great, and different cities don't have different things, and it's all weird. So those are those two things. What would be something that you would bring to the MLB marketing focus people and ask them to have a conversation about? What would you like to know about the MLB?
That's a great question. I like the idea of the marketing aspect that you were talking about. Like, how do they see this stuff? Like, I've long thought that the White Sox try to do all the family stuff, the last 20 years ish. And now the people that are old enough to be investment bankers that went through all that family shit, they don't come to the games. So It didn't work. I don't think it worked. Like, I would love to know what they've tried and has absolutely not worked. I'd love to know the failed attempts at some of these things. That's a perspective I'd like to know. I'd like to know where they're going as far as rules. Right now, you have a situation where strikeouts are at an all-time high. Base hits are at an all-time low with regards to the perspective of, doubles, triples, and home runs, and compared to strikeouts, right? There's so many less hits than there are. Such a low batting average, low offense environment. What are they doing to kind of think about bringing that back, evening the playing field a little bit for the offense? Because I think some of that is what chases fans away too. It makes the games boring if it's nothing but strikeouts. Like, the strikeout is an exciting thing, but not if each team's striking out 17 times a game. It's like, those are all the outs, and it's boring. And we've never before had better athletes out there. So, like, defensive plays can be at all-time high right now if you allow it, a little more batted ball in play or whatever. I want to know kind of what they're doing as far as that standpoint. And what's funny is Manfred, as much as he's not liked by anyone, I like that he throws little bombs out there of crazy ideas that he wants to do. I'm a fan of that stuff. And he talks about doing the in-season tournament, like NBA. Bro, last wild card spot. Whoever wins that fucking tournament, you're guaranteed in the playoffs. Even if you're some bullshit team and you win that little fucking tournament, you're in the playoffs. I want that. Yes, I do want to know about the in-season tournament, Teresa. Yes, I absolutely do.
This was one guy. He's from Toronto, and I'm assuming is the Blue Jays representative. One of them, because there's several. When I was friending these people too, I became mutuals with some people that had one mutual person, and he works for Sports Mockery, and that's Shy Sox Mike. So I think Mike is also on the MLB fan council as a White Sox representative. And another person that I saw a couple times was Crystal. Okay. I don't think she's even on Twitter anymore. I think she is just on Blue Sky nowadays. But so I think that these are some of the ones that, or no, she has to be on Twitter because I could see her as mutuals. So
I think she's on there. I don't think she tweets that much.
She might not tweet. But so that was there. But this one guy that came through for the Blue Jays, he was like, I would like to know what the MLB thought about the ratings and all the stuff going down in the World Series last year. Maybe would they be upset if maybe the Pirates and the White Sox were in the World Series? Probably be upset about the ratings because of that. But like, I want to know if they were happy with the ratings that they got with the Dodgers and the Toronto. So when I rose my hand and spoke, I was like, I didn't appreciate the shade from the dude from Toronto. Like, leave us White Sox alone, and like, I'm in this, right? So they can see my background, and a bunch of people were like, we love your Pope poster. This is awesome. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's what we got, man. We have the fucking Pope. Okay. So it's fun. So if anybody wants me to lob some shit at the MLB, you let me know. I have no direct line to anybody but like these guys that are running this little group, but it's been fun, and I hope to participate in it more this year. It was the inaugural year last year, and they sent us some stuff, and like literally this baseball was awesome. And I just remember Josh Nelson tweeting like, who are the White Sox representatives? And not Rick Hahn goes, that the hot tub mafia's got that fucking shit cornered. And I was like, he is so right. And I don't know if I want to talk about it yet. I don't know if I want to talk about it. So it was just funny.
Locked out, bro.
All right, you're up. What's
awesome. Up? Dude, I got a question for you. I got no names, not gonna name names, but let's just say that in the course of my job, I work with outside parties third parties that they don't work at my same company, and you end up with doing calls or whatever, and you're working on stuff together. Okay. And you get on these Teams calls, and you got the window like this, on the Teams calls. Now, I think it's common courtesy generally, especially if I'm one of the leaders on the call.
Right.
I should have my camera on.
Yeah.
I'll turn my camera on. Now, I don't mind if people don't have their camera on. That's fine. But if I'm one of the leaders of the call, or if the leader of the call has the camera on and others don't, I'll turn my camera on just so that they're not the only goof that has their camera on.
Right.
I think in general, video calls like that, people should mostly, unless you're not a participant. I'm on a couple calls where I just listen in. On those ones, I'm not on camera, but that's because I'm not going to be one of the talkers. I'm not going to do it. So it's fine. Now, I have this one call where the main talkers are people on my team and then people on this other team. And on the other team, one of the talkers is on camera. The other talker is never on camera. And I'm telling you, the person is never on camera, even when the other talker on their side does not show up. So if it's just my team is the only one showing. So I got curious. I went to LinkedIn to see what this person looks like. I was like, what's going on here? Why? And let me tell you, MSS, this person who's not doing this, she is attractive. So my question for you is, what's with the camera phobia on a call for an attractive person, and especially in a position where they should be on camera because they're going to be a talker on one of these calls?
Maybe it's too much. Maybe maybe they just are like, I can't focus. Like maybe they're too beautiful. They have to look at themselves the entire time versus look at the people, and maybe that's it. Maybe they don't think they look good. Maybe they're so insecure.
I wonder if
like, I really don't look good right now. And maybe that LinkedIn photo was like, like how we'll get most of your photos that we take at the park are like you and Ken WO. Like, you sitting sideways and just look like a mountain of
piece of trash.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
There is not one good picture of me, between the years of like 2018 until like 2023, right? Like there's like I'm a behemoth everywhere, right? So I just wonder if like maybe it was like a thing. It was just like a really good picture, and they maybe don't have that, but probably not. Yeah. I think it's probably mostly insecurity. I think this is insecurity and probably not wanting to look at themselves, or lazy as fuck and just don't want to get dressed.
Well, I kind of wondered that, right? If you're, I don't know if the person works from home or not. I have no clue.
See, that's the thing. Do you work from home? Where do you go to do your calls when you work from home, or don't you not do them? I
do them right at my desk, and like I have
them with this shit behind you.
No, I work in the back room. Where we take the meeting.
Yeah,
I'm back there. So the thing behind me is just a white cabinet, basically. It's very bland. Like
no, that's fine.
That's what I thought about though. MSS. I thought maybe if they work from home, but they don't really have a good background, and they don't want people seeing into their fucking home. But that's not a good excuse because you can put a filter behind you.
Exactly.
You see people put the goofy or blur it, right?
So blur.
I don't get it. It could be some social anxiety, I guess. I haven't. I was thinking about that. Maybe like, is there a little social anxiety about that stuff? Like, I'm not sure, but it surprised me. I don't know. Very very weird situation.
I used to take the Zoom calls. I was part of an LSC, local school council. And they were hiring a principal. And it turned out to be I got roped into it during COVID because they couldn't have an election. So I had to stick on, and I was there for the hiring of the new principal. And I used to have to take these meetings, and I would be on my phone, and I would definitely not have the camera on unless I was talking, mostly because I was doing anything but listening to the meeting that I was in. Like, because I was like, I really don't have a good view of what principal you should hire. And so I'm like, I just don't need to do this. And so they ended up like we heard all these things, and I just remember one person that they interviewed, and I didn't like her because when she came in, she made a political comment. Now, I agreed with the political comment. I thought it was fine, but I thought it was severely unprofessional to come into a room of people that you don't know, like going into a job and say something that could potentially piss off 50% of the people that are like interviewing you right now. Right. And I was like, I would go with this because it got down to 2 people. I said I would go with this person, not this person. And it just so happened the day that they voted on that, I showed up an hour late and they'd already voted. And I said, oh, who'd you select? And they're like, oh, we selected this person. Who would you have selected? I go, I would have selected the other person. And they were like, oh, well, we're going to go with her because we like this. And I was like, totally. That's great. You guys are the ones that are doing it, whatever. Not 2 months in to the school year. It might have been 3 weeks into the school year. They're like, could you please help us form the coup that's going to throw this woman out of the school? And I was like, I'm unwilling to do this. I'm unwilling to do this because you guys said that you wanted to have her in, you know, and you wanted to pick her. It's not. I'm not going to sit here and try to fight. So I just was like, I'm out of this. I'm not dealing with this.
The comments are sounding off on this. C. McD says some people don't like to be on camera.
Yep.
I understand that, but when you're leading the call, it's a little different. Like I understand, but you kind of got to be on there. Treasy says maybe they're not paying attention and they want to be courteous to you and not make it obvious. No, they're paying attention. They're talking a lot. So like they're deeply engaged in the call. K Dog says no pants MSS. Now that would be a reason not to be on camera. If you don't have pants on, you know, there's no question about it.
Hog is in the wind. It's how I air my balls out. Honestly, it's the 2 to 3 hours a week that my balls are out 24/7 for the 3 hours. So it's great.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're up, baby.
And I know that you like people are like, oh, they're so shy and whatever, dude. You're on the call with them and you are completely ugly. Like you should make people feel great about themselves. They're like, listen,
absolutely,
I'm not as ugly as that dude, and he is so confident. He has a hot tub show where they talk about sports.
Thing is, on one of these calls where this is a call where I'm like the most senior person on this call.
I mean, you're a boss, dude.
And I
don't have any qualms.
Gregarious and fun, and so there's no pressure on this call whatsoever.
Yeah,
but so I just find it weird. I don't know. MSS, your turn, bro.
So I was thinking about this the other night when the Bears were getting destroyed by the Packers, and I'm surrounded by 200. Chicago Bears fans or whatever were in the loft. It could have been more. People were bringing their own chairs in, for the bums party at Ramova. I mean, it was nuts. We got there early because your brother and sister-in-law are awesome. And they're like, yeah, because I was going to go there too. Because I was like, I think I should get there early so I can sit down and maybe I'll get the table. And then your brother's like, yeah, I think we're going to come early. And I was like, yes, let's do this. So we go, and I'm thinking about this. And I was like, who are the most diehard fans of all of the Chicago teams out there? And it has to be the Bears, because the Bears haven't won anything, haven't won a Super Bowl in a long fucking time.
That's true.
Like a long ass time. Like all the other teams have won something, I think, since the Bears have won a Super Bowl. Like they are the lovable losers now out there. So it has to be the Chicago Bears. Do you agree or disagree that a Chicago Bears fan is the most diehard fan of all of the Chicago fans?
By a mile. And I think it's part because it's such an old franchise. It's such ingrained into Chicago. It's also part like the NFL is so ginormous by comparison fans to the other leagues. It's so much bigger than all the other ones. And so I mean, dude, that's why you laugh CHGO just passed 100,000 subs on YouTube or whatever. And I just had a conversation with Sean Anderson. He's like, 90,000 of them are related to the Bears. Like, he's like, it's a Bears town. The Bears. I was on a different call in my company the other day, not the call where the person wouldn't come on camera. And one of our internal legal counsel asked me, she's like, is your podcast doing any Bears stuff? And I said, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cash in on any of the Bears bonanza. I said, no, we're a White Sox podcast. So I appreciate you asking that question because everyone knows about the bobblehead and shit. So it's very, massively humongous. And the Bears are the only one too where you can safely pass the message on to anyone. See that Bears game, whatever. There are sprinkled in people from out of town. They're sprinkled in Packers fans because people from Wisconsin, where the fuck. But primarily, it's all Bears. The other teams, I guess, with the exception of during the Jordan era Bulls, that people might not be paying attention to the shit.
Yeah,
they
just have the Bears fans have not been rewarded with anything. You know, like, I mean,
not
they
bad.
did go to the Super Bowl, you know, within the last 2 decades, but it's still, you're just like, yeah. And then, this guy, fucking 49ers fan.
Fuck those fair weather 49ers fans. Get the fuck
weird
out.
White Sox 49er fans. That's just, I don't understand that. But yeah, it's just,
Pugs in the comments says, lend me your audience. I'll host your Bears show. It's not that we don't know any Bears. We just choose to stay in our White Sox lane. That's all it. Teresa and I have talked in the past, like, should we expand and do some other sports teams? And we thought for me and him at least, and actually for the three of us, MSS, the easiest team for us to do out of the other Chicago sports teams would be the Bulls, because I think out of the group of three, we know more about basketball than any other sport besides baseball. So that would be like the easiest jump, right? I know you're still a regular, like, watch Illini basketball all the fucking time. You know, we all kind of grew up basketball, so like that would be the easiest one. We could do Bears, but I don't want to fake the funk. Kind of like, I've been a fan since I was a kid, but I'm not trying to throw my hat in the ring. You know, just when it's getting popular. That seems out of line for me. You know,
this is a fun season to have it. You know,
no question,
have it work. You know, like I think it's been great. Like, and I'm glad that my kids get to experience this to a certain extent. Like, they get to see like everyone excited about this. You know, and it gets them excited. Even if they can't stay awake past the third quarter, they definitely are excited. So yeah, I think it's cool, because I remember as a kid and like in '85, and everyone was so stoked.
Oh my god, it was crazy!
Yeah. So, and I'm sure everyone was drunk. I just didn't know they were drunk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People that came over to watch people that came over to our house to watch the Super Bowl were drunk off their ass, and then they all went up on the roof in the back above the garage in our house. And my dad and them were blowing off M80s. I remember that distinctly. Yeah, that's good times when you're 7. You know?
I mean, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You're up. What's up,
MSS? Let me ask you a question. Not that picture. Hang on a second. This picture. I saw this today on Twitter. Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch for Team USA in the WBC. Now, let me ask you this: do you think it's cool that like an old timer or two can play in something like this, or are you like, get the fuck out of here, Kershaw, make way for some younger guys, your fucking career's done, you were absolute toast in the playoffs, they couldn't even bring you in the game because they're afraid you're going to get fucking lit up? Where do you stand on like a guy like this kind of trying to jump in on this after the career is over?
I think Bearstown has nailed it. Grandpa Kershaw, like, Grandpa's back out there. He's like, hey, listen, I want to get in there. I don't think they're going to let him pitch. I think he's there for looks and just like, you know, it's you know, whatever. I don't think he should pitch at all. And hopefully he's not taking away the spot of somebody that would want to maybe go and then pitch and do this thing, because he shouldn't be there. Like, honestly, like, this has to have been like, we've asked everybody else and they've said no. And we're like, Clayton, can you please come and just be like a veteran presence in the bullpen or something and talk?
Would you like
to
guys? Coach? Would you like to coach? Get the free trip to wherever the fuck?
Player manager. Let's make a comeback. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, I hope not. I hope he doesn't go and do that.
My first thought initially, MSS, was like, it would be cool to have like legends out there, because what made me think of it was like, I remember in the Olympics, Brazil had, I don't know if you remember the name Oscar Schmidt. Oscar Schmidt was a famous Brazilian basketball player, and he was like a prolific scorer in their leagues or whatever. And they let him keep playing in the Olympics and World Games and shit into older ages, and he could still score and shit, and he was fun or whatever. But it's probably past the prime of the age of a guy who should be on the team if you're trying to win a medal, right?
Right.
So, but it was cool that they're like, okay, man, this fucking legend, this guy who has the most points in international play ever and all this shit is out here fucking playing. So from that perspective, I thought it's kind of cool. But then I was like, Kershaw, you've made all this fucking money, man. You have been toast for at least 6 months now. Like, they don't want to play you. Not playing you in the playoffs. Just go hang out with your family, man. Family Man Records. It is time for you to join Family Man Records and get the fuck out of here and let some young guy play on this goddamn team.
Why don't you want to hang out with your family? Like, that's what I'm looking at. It's like, yo, listen, I can't do this family thing. I got to get the fuck out of here. You know, I was watching I watched that John Elway documentary on Netflix. But I thought that was really good.
I watched it too. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
same guy, like he's like, well, just go hang out with your family. You don't need to continue to do football. Like you should have stayed at home for a little while. Like you didn't need to do that. And then I was watching Illinois Northwestern last night, and Bruce Weber is still in the fucking like the mid game and post game, and it's like, dude, go hang out with your wife, bro. But maybe he didn't make enough money. Maybe he didn't make enough money.
Now, Bruce Weber, maybe he didn't. And he is my guy only because of this.
Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? Honestly. But yeah, somebody is just like, just go stay home. You got enough scratch. Just go stay home. Not that he's probably even getting paid for the WBC. Like,
yeah, no, I'm sure they don't get paid for that. That's like so play for your country or whatever.
Free shirts.
And it's fun and exciting,
free
but
shoes.
Yeah, come on, let's move on.
I don't know.
All right, you're up, my friend.
It's kind of goofy. Man. So I listened to like my first book of the year in 2026.
Okay.
And it was the Cameron Crowe book. And I followed that up. The book I listened to before that was the Lionel Richie book. Both people have done a lot, have met a lot of people, have been involved in a lot of things. Okay. Lionel Richie was involved in about everything. And he tells you how he was the one that did everything. Everyone was
listening to that book as well.
I was so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Cameron Crowe was a child, and he was like doing like interviews with the Eagles, or like Led Zeppelin, so you saw Almost Famous.
Yeah,
and the band that Fever Dog, or is it Fever Dog, or is that the song? Whatever the band is that he's following around is it a myop? Is that what they talk about, where they like put all the things together to make one thing? I don't know what that word is, but so it's like Zeppelin, the Eagles, the Allman Brothers, and one other guy. But he so the story is just all these people that come in and he was in there. He is Cameron Crowe, just fucking straight amazing. But the most amazing part of this whole thing, I thought, was that he thought he was done. Like Rolling Stone is like, we're done. We're not gonna have you do interviews anymore. You're too popular and blah blah blah. You should think of something else you want to do. He's like, all right. So like he starts writing stuff, and he starts writing this book, and it's called High School. And then it ended up becoming Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
God,
and
I did not know that.
he has this book that he releases, and then it becomes Fast Times. And they're like, this is going to be a movie. We'll make this into a movie. So he starts writing.
Stillwater was the name of the
Stillwater. Okay, there you go. So
I was going to look it up, and I was like, I don't have enough time.
He makes this script. He gets the script, and they're going to get it. And everyone is reading it, and they're like, "This is fucking awesome," And it's like 21, like he didn't even go to high school. He was so smart. He graduated high school when he was like 14 years old or something.
Out there doing it, baby.
So he was doing all sorts of shit. So he goes, and like they're like, there's directors, and we want you to meet this person. One of the directors tagged to direct Fast Times at Ridgemont High was David Lynch. And I don't know if you guys know who David Lynch is, but David Lynch directed Eraserhead. He directed Blue Velvet, Wild at Heart, some of the weirdest movies out there. Lost Highway.
Yeah,
some of the Mulholland Drive. A lot of weird ass fucking movies. Rest in peace, David Lynch. Yeah. And I'm like thinking, what one little switch of the dial would have done to that movie? Because that movie, it had some dark to it, right? There's a first sex scene in the pool house. There is a pregnancy led to an abortion. And there's all sorts of things. Now, the first thing that came to my mind, if David Lynch would have directed this film, was that when Judd was jerking off in the pool house, watching Phoebe Cates dump in the pool,
he was in the bathroom in the house.
Yes. That's true. Right. He was in the bathroom looking out the window. He would have been doing autoerotic asphyxiation. He would have been like hanging himself while he's joking off, looking at Phoebe Cates, which potentially could have saved Michael Hutchinson, because Michael Hutchinson would have known that maybe this is not a good thing.
Too dangerous. Yeah,
he could have died. So that could happen. But David Lynch read the script to Fast Times and said, "Hey, I love this." He's like, "This is a great movie." and he had only directed Eraserhead, which is one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen up to this point. And he goes, but I just don't think in Cameron Crowe, he's like, it's just not your thing, right? And he goes, yeah, it's not my thing. I don't think I could direct this. And I was just like, I couldn't imagine.
God bless.
And so, and like he was talked about the Spicoli character because Sean Penn plays Spicoli, who's like a surfer dude. And he's like, one of the things that they did was he threw on the Vans. He was wearing the Vans checkerboards, which apparently Vans were a struggling shoe company in Southern California at that point. And because of the movie, and then the popularity of the movie started selling shoes at a clip that they stayed in business, and Vans is still around.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is amazing.
That's crazy.
And Cameron Crowe taking credit for something like that, I'm like, that's totally fine. I can take that.
Yeah.
I could not take Lionel Richie taking credit for every fucking thing, like feeding every starving African child. Like he's like, I did it all, and it was a totally different vibe, but also a prolific, like just winner, like a total winner, just like Lionel Richie was a total winner. You're like, God, just to be in the right place at the right time, like these motherfuckers, and then just be able to work your ass off. I just loved it. So you should check it out.
I was gonna say, I want to hit this back again. Just give me 1 second here. So I'm gonna get back to Pugs' comment where he says, Kershaw and Stafford both probably took pay cuts to be athletes. Dads are billionaires. And he goes, I just moved back to Chicago for 5 years in Highland Park, Texas. I know those people. They suck. So I looked up and they're both very fucking established. So this was like not a hardships athlete story. This was like kind of the modern, like a lot of the modern baseball players, right? Where the families are well off already because they have to get them in travel baseball. And so that's how they get going and end up being in professional sports. But you mentioned the Lionel Richie book. So MSS, you're right. Lionel Richie rolled the dice every time, and every time he got a 7. Every time he came up correct. Like, and in the beginning of the book, he mentions like he's in school, he's going to be in like accounting and finance. Like he's going to have a boring job like I got.
Yeah.
Good job, but boring one. And then he just goes for this music thing. And every single path they try to go down, it kind of works. What I didn't like about that book was not so much his self-aggrandizing, which is very obvious in the book, but I think because he has so much about, like the fact when he was in like, where was he at in the Middle East where he said they were like just started chanting his name and shit like that. It's like he's a hero, he's a god there. That shit was so funny. I was like, come on, bro, no way this shit was happening here. Like, I'm sure they love your music. Yeah, exactly. That shit, right? But what I didn't like about that book was he yada-yada'd over him cheating on his wife.
Yes.
He yada-yada'd over that shit. He was unfaithful to his wife, and he fucking played it off like, oh, nothing's going on. It was just we grew apart, even though my wife caught me at this other chick's house. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, that shit, to me, rubbed me the wrong way. He should have just come clean about all that shit. He should have just said what he was, man, and gotten down in the dirt with it. That's what I liked about the Charlie Sheen doc in comparison to it. Charlie just told you what a piece of shit he was the entire way. And it's like, we knew you're a piece of shit, Charlie. Glad you admitted it. Good. We can live with it a little more,
I was doing drugs and suck some dick, It is what it is.
Just living his life, man.
It's no big deal. Pugs says, and Damone would have been a transsexual. I was like, yes, like that would happen. They'd find a random ear in the hallway. They didn't know who it belonged to. There'd be a big murder mystery going on. David Lynch would have made that movie into something totally unwatchable, but would have been great. It would have been a really fun time. Bro,
it would have been dark as fuck. There's no question.
Go ahead. What else you got?
All right. I wanted to bring this up to you. I'm sure you're acutely aware of this, but Sox Fest, they made an announcement.
Yes.
About the people scheduled to attend. And so I'm not going to read every name. I'll put it up on the screen right here. We'll get to this in a second. But MSS, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that the White Sox decided to do a podcast role like they did at the end of the 2025 season, in which we were invited. And some other groups were invited. Future Sox was there, and Locked On, CHGO.
Sox on 35th.
So, Sox Machine.
Sox Machine.
They're all there. Let's say they do this again, and we are invited. I put the guest list up there. Out of the Sox VIP list, let's exclude Bo Jackson because he's more a legend, not current player. And I don't want you guys to fight. What out of the
He'd still kick my ass.
What are the current players? Not if the three of us gang up on him. No way. I'll gouge his eyeball.
You'll help me fight Phil Jackson?
Right. Yes, I will.
Thank you. Thank
we'll
you.
gouge his eyeball.
Not your brother who's still fucking on the IL from a surgery 3 days ago.
He won't be able to bite him like he intended on it, but he'll help. Trees will fight dirty. Who out of the current players would you like to interview?
Man, I tell you, on this list of people, Grant Taylor, we stood next to. He did not like us. He didn't want to really engage with us, right?
You know what it was? He didn't like that Treesy's first pitch went through the 5-hole and that he didn't get it. He felt embarrassed. He was a little embarrassed. He pitched well after that, though. He recovered from it, but he didn't do that, so. I
don't want him. Shane Smith is intriguing. I think he would be fun. Luis Robert Jr., I don't think I want to do with that because I don't know, like, Luis would just smile and be nice to us, and I don't need that. One of the guys that I'm really interested in knowing more about is Kyle Teal. Because when we were on the last podcast row and we talked to Gene Watson said that when they showed up to spring training, Kyle Teal is out in the field with them, and he did a big sniff and goes, "Smells like October." And I'm just like, this is a guy I need to talk to. Like, never played for the team. Potentially might not even be up. And Kyle Teal, I think, has got to be the guy that I don't know enough about. I was lucky enough, Bill over at Cork had me come over when Colson was doing a signing at the bar, and I got to talk to him for like 10 minutes, and I was floored. I love the dude. I think he's great, and I'm totally tainted on him. So like, whatever we do with him, I'll be nice to him regardless. But Kyle Teal, I think I need to know more about Kyle Teal just because that was such an intriguing story. And I'm like, I need to know what makes this motherfucker tick. And I've heard that he has an insane pregame routine. Like he has a lot of things going on.
Well, he's the guy who takes the nude reps too, right? I mean, he was the guy who does that shit. Yeah. Pretty sure that's
he
the case.
He needs to be the guy. I just need to know more about him. If Boston wanted him back so bad that they're offering the earth and moon and the sun to get him back, there's something in this guy's pants or in his head that I just need to know about. I need to know about this guy. What about you, Loaf? Who do you want to talk to?
You know what? When you started going down the path where I thought you were going, so if we're just going strictly player here, I think Shane Smith would be the guy that for us. We get a chance to talk to him, and here's why. We are in with Cork. We do stuff with Cork, and we love Billy at Cork. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the Smith family comes through Cork and does hang out before games, after games, etc. I remember they were all coming with their suitcases after one game. It was like a Sunday, and they're hanging out there or whatever. I think that if we got in and did an interview with Shane Smith, we could actually have beers with Shane Smith.
The Smith family would be hanging out with us.
I think the Smith family we'd be willing to hang out, and we could have beers, and we could have beers with Shane, and we could not that one. We could pick his brain.
Wait a minute. What are we going?
Hang on, not that one. We'd pick his brain about things that are going on or whatever. And off the record, of course. Like, look, we're very good about off the record stuff. People tell us
very good.
We never say anything.
Nope.
But like an interview with him, I think we could break the ice and be off the record. But as a non-player on the VIP list, you and I need to talk to Will Venable. We were trying to make eye contact with Will at the game, and he wouldn't look over at us. And Grady looked over because our wives were catcalling him when we thought the first pitch. We need to talk to Will. I think Will would like the 108ers, I think, actually.
I think he would. And I think the question needs to be asked. And I think we need to find out if he had Grady fired because Grady was too good looking and he wanted to be the best looking guy in the thing. Or they let Grady go on and explore other opportunities. There was definitely behind the scenes thing there. I wouldn't mind talking to Chris Getz, but I feel like Getz is probably too rehearsed now. By now he's too rehearsed and knows how to do the speak that he doesn't tell us anything. So
I would like to talk to Getz, but I would like to talk to him with a couple beers, everything off the record, and have him just tell us some shit. Like, that's the way I'd like to talk to Getz.
Could you put that back up again? I'm trying to figure out the way that they wrote. So, like, Sam is a prospect.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into, so then it's a prospect, the GM, veteran player,
Yep.
And then all the other regular players, and then the manager.
No, Tanner McDougal, also a prospect.
Oh, okay. So, well, I don't understand why. What is the reasoning? It's not in alphabetical order. It's not like coach, staff, alumni. It's just I love it. It's a big, great mess.
Well, no, now, it's an alphabetical order by last name.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is. You know what? You know what's kicking right now? Copper and Cash.
122 proof.
120 proof right here. Son. I'm down 2, and I'm looking at that going, what is I can't figure this out. It's alphabet. Motherfucker, you learned that a long time ago. Oh, Lord.
Before we get to the next part of it, Southside Jeff says, who's not on the list that should be? Who would you like to have on the list that's not on there?
Was Chase on there? Is Chase my drop on there?
Chase is on there. The guy who's not on here for me, it stuck out immediately. Mike Vassell is the guy I'd like to talk to. He would be my number one to chat with because I saw him in a Barstool interview. Yeah. And I saw how well he vibed with Dave and the group there. So I know 100% he'd vibe well with us.
And Burke is a stud too, right? Like Burke is like a fun time. Didn't he do like really good on their
yeah, Sean Burke. Yeah, Sean Burke was good too. Yeah,
but he did like the gauntlet, like the best that any
of the non-employees did. Yeah,
yes,
that's right. Yeah,
okay,
that was number one.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they got a lot of the good ones. Colson and Chase are high on my list, and then also, I mean, obviously Kyle Teal. Carroll would be fun too, but I don't know. You know who I don't want to talk to? Lenny and Sosa. I don't want to talk to Lenny and Sosa. I don't want to mess up whatever's going on in his head that got him to this point. So like, you just keep it going. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Now, MSS, when you look at the way Sox Fest has become, I saw you guys on Twitter about this. Are you bummed that it's not the old Sox Fest style? Do you miss that? Do you miss the old Sox Fest style?
So, yes and no. I mean, for my sanity, no, I don't miss it. For the fun that it is, because it is a high. It's a total high. Like getting in line to go to the garage sales that early and bullshitting with Sox fans for 3 to 4 hours before you even don't do anything. That's a high. That's just fun. Like I enjoy that kind of shit. And Sox Fest is that for fucking 72 hours straight. Like, and then you add in like the season ticket holder stuff, like the Thursday night before. We're so I like that. I know what Ken W.O. is saying. I understand. He's an autograph guy. He's a meet you guy. And it was one of the best values for the money out there. You would get so many autographs for nothing, basically nothing. And it's sad that it ended. It's sad that it's probably not coming back.
Right.
But I think that the has just moved so much. And like the way that these things happen, I know we talked about it last year. People are like, well, we're the only ones that don't do this. No, most fans don't. Most fan bases don't have these.
Don't have this, right?
An unlimited free autographs from people. Like they just don't do that. And last year, like I feel like all the guys that we knew that collect, like they were happy with the way things went down. But I know a lot of guys that were like, the bobblehead. Like if you have bigs that you want to get autographed, bats, whatever. It's really hard to get that stuff into that kind of stuff. So, it is what it is. And these guys go and they make money. Now, see, this is
that's true. He's got it right. He says players got to love not dealing with all you fucks.
So I bet you there is a group that does, and then there's a group that like the Polkas that loved it doing it. They were just like, this is what I worked for. This is why I was in a cage at 5 o'clock in the morning, in the off season, trying to do this, to come in to see these people that enjoy what little joy I give to their shitty lives by smashing the shit out of this ball. I will sign your picture. I will sign this. I will do this. But I assure you that there's more people, I think, like me, that are just more chill than there are like the guy that, went over on Tim Anderson and was like, sign this game used, motherfucker. I can't believe you won't do this. You're not shit. Fuck you. I don't know if you remember that, but this guy went ate shit on fucking Tim Anderson. I wrote a blog about it. Drink. that he was like, Tim Anderson was like, I'm not signing game used on this. I don't remember this. He's like, it's got your name on it. Sign it. You are my person. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, some of these guys I think love it, but you're right. Like Elise Robert Jr. is probably like, what the fuck do I need to do this for? I got 20 million, if you talk to Brian Anderson. So yeah,
Mrs. Beef thinks even the league minimum players might not really love having to sweaty autograph guys. And who knows? I think you're probably right.
There are some
probably a sect that guys liked it, and probably like the attention or whatever. But,
yeah, I'm sure there's more that don't like it, but I bet you there is a group that do like it. So
now, last thing on Sox Fest. Allegedly, we heard a rumor potentially that Friday night. Well, we know Friday night for sure is the full season ticket holder extravaganza. That's the main group that's in there. But we heard a rumor that there's going to be media there. There's going to be some media there. And so my question for you is, MSS, does it kind of spoil it that the White Sox are taking our night, the full season ticket holder night, and splashing some media around in there? I get why they're doing it. They got to publicize their event or whatever. They can't trust the season ticket holders who have big Twitter followings to push out a bunch of content for them, which we won't be. We'll be getting hammered. It doesn't bum me out a little bit, though, that they're there.
I wonder, I know in previous Sox Fest, Friday night was usually, if you had a hotel, you could go, and it was only that. You couldn't get tickets for Friday night. You couldn't get singles. You had to have whole weekend passes, and media was always there. And I think they were there because there was easier access to the players, because there wasn't as many people, and there was a better vibe. It was chill. It wasn't like the craziness that was Saturday and Sunday with people, just tons of people. So no, does it bother me? No, I don't think so. I don't really consider myself media, but we are kind of media, to a
But we're not in this context.
Not tonight.
In this context, on Friday night at Sox Fest, we will be layman fucking season ticket holders, pounding drinks, enjoying the show, hanging out with everybody who was other season ticket holders. Which I love the season ticket holder events because there are other fucked up people who are like us, and that's why I like them.
There is. Now, are you pissed that there's going to be media there?
Not pissed, but I wish it was a little more.
You want to show hog or something? And
I wish it was more inside, a little more like kind of not performative, if you will. I wish it was more like, this is for the diehard people, and let's just give them a show, and let's do it that way, and not let's also let the media in here so they can show everybody what a great time this is, or whatever the fuck. I wish it was just kind of when they used to do the what we called Sox Prom, which was the kind of the night before the Sox Fest started. Yeah, and they did it at the Bridgeport Arts Center. They did it at the hotel down by the corner.
The Hilton. Yep.
The Hilton. Yeah. There was media, but I feel like it was just like Chuck and some of the guys who were attached to the team, and they weren't doing real media. They were hanging out, kind of like, it was like they were there to like say it happened and like maybe talk about it on the show the next day that season ticket holders, this person spoke, blah blah blah. But it wasn't media kind of hanging out there. So I hope it is lax and chill like that, but I'm not sure if it will.
The last Sox Prom at the Hilton, Benetti and Stone were there, and Stone apologized to me for blocking me because I had said fuck about sour cream or something. And not to him, he's like, it was a misunderstanding. And then Benetti was real nice. And it was the night that we learned that Andrew Vaughn might not be as tall as he says he was, because Jason Benetti was like hulking over him. And you're like, wait a second.
That's why thing was fun, because you could, if you wanted to talk to players, you could talk to players. If you wanted to just mingle with the other fans, like we were that was mostly what I was doing and Treasy was doing too.
We were drinking.
We could do that. We were pounding drinks, having a good time. He wanted to get, I forget who the pitcher was. He had you take the ball and he wanted them to sign fuck Phip or something like that. Yeah. I forget who the fuck pitcher was. Anyway, that was and the room was loose. It was fun. Like, I don't know. I just hope it doesn't become like a stuffy media thing,
And that pitcher was like, he pitched for the Cubs like the year before.
Yeah, I forget what his fucking name was.
And when when I talked to him, he thought I said I wanted him to sign something fuck Phil. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. And then later he goes, wait, what did you ask me to do? And I was like, fuck, Fib. And I'm like, FIP or whatever, Fib. Yeah, and he goes, oh, I would have signed that. I'm sorry. I would have done. I was like, okay.
Too late now.
I'm like, I don't know what any of these numbers mean anyway. Hey, the one thing you should be upset about, though, is they have an entertainment listed, down there. And it is like a DJ, 3 bands no one's ever heard of, 2 DJs. And it's like, brother, we are throwing a show at Reggie's that night in a rock room for a price, almost the same price as Sox Fest, and we'll sign anything you want. Why are we not on that fucking stage putting out this stuff for the people? That the Sox are missing the boat there. This is where you could get the 108. They want us to come in and do something Saturday. It's always every year they're like, we want you to come do something Saturday. We're like, we're sorry, we can't do it. We have this other event. Why don't you give us the money and we'll come up and we'll stand on stage and we'll bring our, there you go.
C check. That's
Steve
the guy.
Check,
We're all about it.
So we bring us in there, White Sox, and we will entertain the people for at least 30 minutes. Yeah. So I think this is the perfect time to announce our last special guest for the Sox Fest after party. And all you big ball internet people that want to talk shit, guess who's going to be there? That motherfucker. Brooks motherfucking Boyer is going to come out and he's going to be on stage. He is going to be there surrounded by us. He's going to come after Sox Fest. They're going to have like a post game or whatever. But Brooks is going to show up and he is going to be there. And we are going to ask him questions about how we're going to market this new guy, Mune from Japan. What's going on with the CHSN? Why is he the second most powerful person in the White Sox, according to AJ Przinsky, but yet you can't get me 3 extra passes to Sox Fest? There's a lot of things.
I know it's going to be about you, motherfucker. And Teresa's right. We do have one more to announce. He's not the final one to announce. We have one more to announce. Don't try to math it in your head. We do have one more to announce.
I'm not going to.
That we all know about. But one more to announce after that. But
okay.
Huge get to have Brooks Boyer, and he's going to be great. And we're going to go unfiltered. We're going to ask the questions and the questions you guys want to hear. What do you want to hear from the Brooks? Reach out to us, man. We'll fucking do it.
We have taken questions before.
Yeah.
We've taken questions before.
And Brooks has always been true to us. So let's go, man. Let's do it.
I can't wait to post this on Reddit and all the people that talk shit about Brooks constantly. I hope they fucking go to 108.ing/party, buy a ticket, and come in and express yourself.
That's right.
Come express yourself and see what happens. It's kind of ironic because I remember when Chuck Garfien held a podcast in the middle of the day.
It was at Reggie's.
And at Reggie's and said, hey, we had this out there and no one came and talked shit, and it was like, well, it was at 1:00 in the afternoon. We made it better. Okay. He won't be up there till after 9:00 at night. So you can make it. Okay. Your kids and your baby mama will be in bed by then. Sneak the fuck out, come to Reggie's, get some fucking Miller High Life tall boys, and let's fucking party. 108.ing/party right now. Get over there, $20. Easy.
Fucking right. Let's do it, man.
Yeah. That's all I got.
MSS, you got no more topics? Let me run the last 2?
Topics.
All right, I got 2 more left, and we'll get the fuck out of here. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
This is one that I saw this headline, and it kind of cracked me up a little bit. The Wall Street Journal says that Gen Alpha, and I don't know what Gen Alpha actually is, but Gen Alpha is it is the demographic. It stands for Generation Alpha. The demographic cohort born roughly from the early 2010s, so 2010, 2012 era, to the mid 2020s. So it's kind of like right now, 24, 25, so whatever.
Both my kids.
Yes.
Yep.
Succeeding Gen Z. It says Gen Alpha is, and my daughter too. My daughter's like right at the beginning of that. She was born in 2010. Gen Alpha has acquired a taste for shrimp tempura and salmon nigiri, and parents are paying a heavy price. And the quote says, they're like savages. They just want to eat it all. And the article, which I'm not going to read in total, says that, the sushi and Japanese food in general is replacing pizza as kind of the favorite at parties. MSS, do your kids have a taste for sushi?
No. No. I mean, my one daughter, especially the old one, Little Miss Shortstop, loves the coconut shrimp from Lawrence's Shrimp. That's what I can get her to eat.
That's a gateway drug right there.
The younger one will eat calamari, She tried the veggie shrimp, the shocking shrimp.
Yeah.
She'll eat mostly everything. As long as it's fried, she'll eat it. They really like that stuff. So, but no, I could not imagine. I could probably get them to do shrimp tempura because that is kind of fried. Like, I understand that. That probably works. But like salmon, there ain't no fucking way, man. They can't get through that smell. I don't think so. And they don't like enough sauce or anything yet to like kind of dip the stuff. Like, I don't know, man. And
so not yet. Not yet. They're not in there yet for you.
I had a bad experience. I was at a bar. I was at a bar one night in Arizona, and I used to work for Alice Cooper's. I don't know if you know, but I used to live out west. And I was work for Alice Cooper at his restaurant, and one of the bartenders and I were hanging out, and she's like, "Hey, let's go to this other bar. My friend's bartending. They have free sushi that you can have, you know, after you buy a drink or whatever." I was like, absolutely. I've been going to Raw, you know, been doing a lot of sake bombs. I'm like, I'm into the sushi place, you know, eating my California rolls, which is totally cooked sushi. But I was like, I'll go there. They had salmon rolls. So I was like, great. So I was eating these salmon rolls or eel, or I think it was salmon. I just remember getting totally intoxicated, leaving the bar, going to my car and opening the door and just puking out of my door like tons of salmon and eel and whatever the fuck I ate. So I'm really turned off to that. So I don't think Gen Alpha and my Gen Alphas are going to have any of that because I definitely won't eat it. But the tempura stuff for sure, I can understand that, but I don't think they'll do it. Yeah.
Did I jump in there? Teresi says, "Stop bringing little kids to sushi places. I'm trying to get drunk there." Yeah, a lot of sushi joints got BYOB. We might even have one in Bridgeport. I'm not going to name the name because I don't want you assholes coming there. But I was thinking about my daughter because my daughter, in general, is very basic with the food she'll eat.
Yeah.
However, if we go to the sushi joint,
does she like it?
Here's what she does. She'll order like the chicken teriyaki and then barely touch it. And then she'll want to get in on the sushi. Then she's trying to jump in on the sushi, which we ordered with the context that she was ordering a separate meal,
right? Which
she doesn't really want. She kind of wants to get in on it. Like, she's not fully in. She's not eating just the regular pieces. Like, when we go out to have sushi, I will order a tray that is just the raw fish that's not rolls, just pieces. And usually chorizo and I will eat that, and Mrs. Beef might jump in on a piece or two or whatever. And then we'll order rolls too, and then all the rest of us will just eat the rolls and stuff. And I noticed my daughter, little by little, trying stuff and liking it and kind of like jumping in on it. Like, oh shit, man, it's the exposure is what it is. It's a level of, before, kids were not allowed to have these types of meals. Too expensive.
Yeah.
Too expensive to have this meal. And now it's not as expensive as it used to be. And I think it's starting to happen. So when I looked at it, I said, it's fucking bullshit, man. But then I started thinking about my own daughter, who's pretty picky eater, liking it. And I was like, oh shit. No, I kind of believe it because like good sushi's fucking delicious, man. Absolutely tasty. And and Figglesworth mentioned, love sushi. Not a fan of chicken teriyaki. Yeah, right, exactly. In a way, that's correct. And that's what my daughter's realizing for herself there. So found that kind of funny, interesting. I'd love to hear if other people are having that same situation where their kids, you know, teenagers or whatever, are like dipping into the sushi. I didn't try sushi until I was an adult. Mrs. Beef and I were dating. She's like, would you like to go out for sushi? I'd never had sushi before. I was like, fuck yes, I would like to. And not just because my wife's hot, you know, we're in our 20s and like she's smoking hot. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to go with the hot girl. I wanted to try sushi. I'd never tried it before. Never had an excuse to. And I fucking loved it immediately. And I really, when you were talking about me pigging out on fast food, you want to see me pig out? We'll go out for sushi and you see how much I can fucking eat when we're eating sushi, you know?
And that's probably healthy and good for your cholesterol, to be honest. I mean,
probably a little better.
Good stuff.
Could be.
I just want to show this comment because I don't want to see how it looks. Yep, I knew we were going to get all covered up. I don't know what that is, so I'm not sure.
That's from Twitch.
This is and Man Boob also says
it's Diddy time.
It's Diddy time. It's Diddy time. Okay, Man Boob, it is Diddy time, son.
Yeah, Twitch checking in. We've had ex people checking in. It's been fucking great,
once we hit the porn bots, we know we've done something right because the guy's like, hey, Diddy time. I can't wait to bring that up. That's good.
Last thing I got for you.
For sure.
And I got quite a fucking image to go with this thing. Bro.
Who the fuck is that?
John Hinckley Jr. believes he turned Jodie Foster gay.
Oh,
Need to read this. This is from TMZ.
No.
Oh, yeah. John Hinckley Jr., the man who tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan, is convinced he's the reason Jodie Foster is sexually attracted to women. John tells TMZ he has a theory that his failed Reagan assassination attempt in 1981 traumatized Jodie to the point where she turned away from men and became a lesbian. He believes Jodie's trauma also stemmed from him bringing her into his assassination attempt with his public fascination of her. He says Jodie was dating men in the early 1980s and only became a lesbian in later years after he tried to shoot Reagan. Jodie first came out publicly as gay during the 2013 Golden Globes. John says this is the first time he's ever revealed this theory publicly as he promotes his new memoir, John Hinckley Jr., Who I Really Am. Oh. John says he was obsessed with Jodie ever since 1976 when he saw her in the film Taxi Driver. And when she was attending Yale University, he went to the college's registrar office and got her dorm number and phone number and would call her and slip poems under her door.
Oh, crazy, my God.
Right? He says never asked Jodie out on a date because she didn't seem interested. In his depression, delusion, and obsession, he thought he could impress Jodie by killing the president. John says he was hung up on Jodie and Taxi Driver, and he saw himself as Travis Bickle from the movie. The character wants to shoot a presidential candidate after being spurned by his love interest. In the movie, Travis did not shoot the candidate. Instead, he ends up as a local hero for killing the man, exploiting Jodie's character, Iris, a young prostitute, and his love interest seems impressed. John tried to recreate that in real life, and he says he thought if he shot Reagan, he could win over Jodie. So he took a bus from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C. in March 1981 on a mission to assassinate Reagan. He says he sold 2 .38 caliber guns to pay for his bus ticket and D.C. lodging, and he went to the Hilton Hotel where Reagan was giving a speech, armed with a 22 caliber revolver. John was in the crowd outside when Reagan and his entourage arrived, and he thought Reagan was waving at him, which startled him. He waved back. He says he waited for Reagan to leave the speech, and when Ronald Reagan walked past him, he brandished his revolver and squeezed off 6 shots within 2 seconds, wounding Reagan, police officer Thomas Delahanty, Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy, and White House press secretary James Brady. John says he thought he would be killed by Secret Service, but the crowd turned on him and jumping on him and beating him until the Secret Service cuffed him and took him to jail. He was found not guilty by reasons of insanity and sent to a mental institution for over 30 years. And John tells us they were correct. John says he's been on antidepressants for many years, and currently he's voluntarily taken Zoloft and Risperdal for anxiety. He reached out to Jodie's camp, and they declined to comment.
Oh,
my sex. Let me ask you this question:
is this motherfucker still in jail?
He's still in jail. He's still in jail. Yeah, still alive, still in jail, but at mental hospital. Effectively.
Yeah.
Can something like this turn someone gay? Because I always thought either person was born, or there was some overt trauma, or possibly occasionally a high net worth individual came into life. But is there a way that it's possible that this turned Jodie Foster?
I don't think so. Much like I don't care if my porn stars are dead or alive. I don't think that a traumatic incident like this that is so far-fetched that you would like, oh, he's a man and you try to kill it would stop my sexual desire or start a different sexual desire within me. Is like, oh, I can't be with that person because they're doing this. And it's like, you said a lot of words there. And then he was like going to her Yale room and slipping her notes and not asking her out on dates because she never seemed interested. It's like, where the fuck were the police in this whole thing? It's like
that was the 70s. It was different.
It's like all the emails that Clinton missed, before 9/11, and then George Bush also missed. You're just like, what happened here? Like, who's paying attention? Who's watching the hen house, right? Or who's guarding the whatever the fuck that statement is. But that guy, the picture of him too, his eyes are so fucked up. I wonder what edibles he's on. There has to be a sativa. That's an indica. He's definitely an indica because he looks really cashed out. But if he's on those other drugs and they make him look like that, I don't know. Maybe I should try it. But yeah, that's some fucked up shit, man. Like you talk about trying to sell a book. And I know they talked about this briefly on the Stern show. They're just like, fuck this guy. And then like why is he here? Why are we even talking about him? Like fuck him. And it was like the same as the John Lennon killer. Like those guys kind of get lumped together because they're just random weird shootings. Unfortunately, it's just weird. It's just such an odd thing. But no, I don't think that her sexuality was determined because a guy failed to kill Ronald Reagan. Do you think that made her sexuality what it was?
I don't. I just wanted to have this image as part of our podcast today because exactly what you said. His eyes are cashed in a motherfucker, and one of them is really wandering in the right direction. It's just kind of off in one area. It's a very bizarre look. Like
he looks like a very untalented and then old and not a star Scott Lucas actually in that picture. Like he's got a little Scott Lucas to him, like too fat in the face, but like that's who I'm seeing in this.
Like if he got on stage and started singing Rock and Roll Professionals, I wouldn't know the difference. Like you're absolutely right.
If he had a hat on. Oh, by the way, Local H redid Ham Fisted, and they called it Refisted.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
and they call it Refisted. And I was listening to it today. It starts strong. First song is good. And then they just changed a little bit too much in the next two songs, and I don't like it. I was like, I have to stop this and listen to the original. Like, there's something about that 90s like growl
sound
that I just need, and like them trying to clean it up a little bit too much, and then changing how they did the song, like just they did me dirty in the car today going out to Walmart. I was not happy. So
yeah, those records should sound like the era they're from. Like don't mess with them. Just leave them.
I mean, maybe make it a little louder, maybe do something, but don't rewrite how you did it. Like I know what you're doing. You're trying to prevent Joe Daniels from getting money from your early stuff, and that's fine. Okay, I get it. Yeah. But you shouldn't do that because he's pretty awesome. He's one of the best drummers ever from Chicago. But my God, like, and you notice that he doesn't have the same drummer anymore. He got a new drummer.
I noticed that. Yeah.
So the problem is not the drummers. It's Scott Lucas is the problem. Scott Lucas is just the problem. So, and on that note, cheers, everybody. Hope you had a good Friday night. And thanks to Rich Bressett. I'm using his fancy fancy glass tonight that he got me, my 108 frosted one.
Let's hit these thank yous and GFYs. My sex, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, I do have one of those, actually. I wanted to say a big old GFY to all the motherfuckers that, despite there being speed bumps on my street, feel the need to ride my ass in between each speed bump because you're late to going to work, you're late to getting your kid to school, or you're late to doing whatever. Listen, you're making decisions based on if everything goes correctly. Yes, no one will jump out in front of me. No one will do anything. And you know what? I've been rear-ended so many fucking times. I don't want it 2 times. Well, no, only 1 time in the last year. And I don't want to lose my car for another 3 fucking weeks. So please stop. Fucking slow the fuck down. The 13 seconds that you maybe are saving or gaining by riding my ass constantly is not going to do anything. It's going to do more harm than good. And go fuck yourself and stay off my fucking street. Go up fucking Wallace or something, for Christ's sake. Don't go up low. Dicks. How about you, love?
I want to thank Gabriel Bearstown for a great Bears playoff breakdown, but also for being flexible, jumping up in time we need them, showing up and fucking delivering and kicking ass. You always do that great job, Gabriel. Really appreciate you doing that for us. And then happy birthday, Bonita Stakey. Happy sweet 16. Yeah. Your old man loves you. That's all we got.
In the city of Chicago, back in the day, there was a ball player. They called him Jizz. They said playing for the White Sox, he had a certain flair. He hit 69 home runs. Man, that ain't fair. He swung that bat like a wild tornado storm. Every time he stepped up, he smashed it. It was the norm. The ladies in the stands, they couldn't help but stare. The legend of Alejandro Jizz spreading everywhere. Ooh, Alejandro Jizz got the magic touch. On the field, he was a kid.